Hello, everyone, and welcome to another rip-roaring adventure, or should I say, the first rip-roaring adventure, in the Caravan of Cthulhu series. I, of course, am Turk, or TurkAccented if you're feeling frisky, and I have the distinct honor and pleasure of being your keeper for the evening. Before we dive in, a few points of order. First off, a big thank you to our sponsors. First, Epidemic Sounds. They are the ones who give us these wonderful broadcasts to send vibrations through the internet and into your ears. And you can't stop them. They're already there. Additionally, you will notice at one point our use of Hero Forge miniatures. Hero Forge miniatures are excellent for creating small pieces of yourself to spread around your home, spy on enemies, or even give to friends to spy on your friends. Hero Forge miniatures, a little bit of you in every single one. And of course, thank you once again to Lost Caravan for hosting this little get-together we have planned, a little soiree, if you will. And a reminder to stop over there. We're so close to hitting our goals by you being there. Just be there. Join us. Anyway, so that's all that riff-raff. I do actually need to make a serious note. Call of Cthulhu and the Lovecraftian mythos are all based in, it's a horror genre. This game is about psychological and physical horror. The players will be representing people in psychological and physical danger. While they all have to be able to communicate lines and veils and safety tools, and they have a direct line to me to say, hey, let's cut the brakes on this. There is no such safety for you. Now, if you're feeling your sanity's dropping a little bit too low or things get a bit too hairy, feel free to mute us, turn us off, or simply walk away from your computer at the fastest rates you can, and return to us once you've had a moment to speak to a psychiatrist and or consult the ancient tomes by which to rebind your mind to this plane of existence. Ooh, boy. Anyway, with all that out of the way, let's just jump right into it, eh, folks? We've got a hell of a story for you. I mean, a real ripper-dasher mind blaster. And as we do, I've got a great set of storytellers here. I mean, real just go-get-ems. So, starting with, in a clockwise order, if you could introduce yourselves, the investigator you're playing tonight, and, I don't know, what you order at the bar? Kick us off, James.
Oh, okay. I didn't know which clockwork order, Zoom or layout thingy. I wasn't paying attention. The words are weird. Hi, I'm James. I'm here to die. I know it. I apparently got a warning 5 minutes ahead of time that I put my skills in some. I maxed out the wrong skills. And so playing a low intelligence character named Jimmy Slipknot, I'm just here to vibe, and then we'll find the bad ending somehow.
I think they're all bad endings.
I mean, yes, but reviewing my character sheet now, I put so many points into strength, but then really didn't use any skills that actively use strength well, or brawling stuff, like stuff you would think about when going into a one-shot. So yeah, I got a 76 in strength, so if I know how to punch somebody, I'm like great, but anything else outside of that, like...
Well, it's one thing to punch somebody and a whole different thing to actually connect. So, why don't we jump on down to Jason?
Punch Cthulhu is the craziest thing. I'm Jason, also known as JJSYNN over on Twitter. Tonight I'm playing Sean Harrington, a far northern bootlegger and general booze smuggler. And he's probably gonna die.
Oh, well.
Join the club.
Don't ask, will I die? Ask when.
I mean, if he's lucky, he'll die.
The hell of a thing dying. All right. Why don't we jump over to a new face that some of you might, because this is a new face for me, and I'm super excited to have him at my table. Ling.
Hello, Hello, I'm Ling. I'm Leanmore_dice on Twitter, and I will be playing Jezebel Lee today, known to her friends as Jazz. She is a private eye. Well, she thinks she is. And she can be seen in speakeasies around town. She's got a lot of friends who may or may not run liquor across the border. Hint, hint. I'm just really excited to be here. Thanks.
And last but certainly not least, we have a real cool person. Lonnie.
Hi, I am Lonnie. Apparently a cool person. Sometimes, maybe. Appreciate it. Tonight I am playing Avery Caldwell. She is the dilettante type. But there's a little bit of a yellow wallpaper-esque thing going on, and I'm excited to see what I can do with it. So, and I'm excited to play with everyone at the table. So, ready for tonight. No, I'm totally not gonna die, right? Yeah.
Well, with that, why don't we jump into it? Because I have to take these off and pretend to be a lot more serious than I am. The year is 1925. The place is Boston, Massachusetts, the Athens of America, or at least that's what the higher-ups like to tell themselves. On the ground, it's a mix of people, but right now the city's gripped by, well, a conflict at its heart, a battle for its soul, one might say. It just so happens that, well, there's a third player that no one wants to acknowledge beyond the bootleggers and the Puritans. Well, let's see what happens as we open in the Tiger Show, a private speakeasy run by, well, we'll meet them. And amongst our investigators, who would be the first to arrive to an appointed meeting that you've all been asked, nicely or not so nicely, to get your asses down to?
I think I'm already there enjoying myself.
Fantastic. Yeah, of course, it's a little private speakeasy in the back. You're quickly escorted and, allowed to order drink. You can be as libacious as you wish. And as we do, who's the first person to enter? Beyond Ling. No, sorry. Beyond Jezebel. So who's the second person? Who would be coming in next?
I think Avery would. She'd kind of make sure she was a few minutes late so she could make an entrance, and then were we told to know to expect people?
Oh, you knew you'd be meeting at a speakeasy during the middle of the day, so you weren't sure who to expect, but you were just told to be there.
Okay. She'd be sitting there thinking she would probably be the last one to arrive, but still kind of anxious about making sure she keeps up the social standing of not being rudely late. So she'd show up a few minutes late and then realize that the place still looks a little empty. So she'd almost like make a little grand entrance and then deflate a little, but then she'd probably grab a drink, but I think she wouldn't start with anything alcoholic right away.
Ordered a drink at a speakeasy?
Yeah.
What do you order that's not alcoholic at a speakeasy? Professional inquiry, actually.
The grape juice that comes with like a spritz, you know?
Bartender like gives you an eye. You sure, sweetie? This is a bar. You're just gonna order the juice at a bar. I mean, that's what we put in the hooch to make it not taste so bad.
Oh, toss a little gin in there.
See?
Fine.
That's what we like to hear.
Me.
And be a slit of glass. As Avery walks in, what does Jezebel see? / audience.
Oh.
Okay.
Yes. So Avery is a fairly tall, maybe like 5'8". Overall basically just like classy looking, but still very like average looking. Like you can acknowledge that if you looked at her that she looks like she's put together, but if there was a whole crowd of girls wearing flapper costumes and whatnot, she wouldn't draw your eye right away. She is wearing, I have this written somewhere, I swear. She is wearing a French rep dress, spike-heeled Parisian shoes, a little satin turban hat, and she has a little silk handbag. And she looks like she's just very like properly standing up and kind of looking around the bar. If she does make eye contact with anyone, she'll kind of like give a little polite like nod. And she'll kind of gingerly grab the drink, kind of realizing like, she didn't mean to drink this early, but
All right. And Jezebel, what would Avery see if there was, not a lot of people at the bar, only so much going on in the crowd? You probably might stand out a bit more over the common group.
I tend to stand out. I'm about 5'10", with a very pleasant face, wavy black hair, outfit kind of like this, just very loud and boisterous, and she'll wave over at Lottie. She has black eyes, a huge smile, and a way of looking at people that makes them really feel important. Like they're the only person in the world when, they're in her company. And yeah, I've got my drink and I'm just having a good time. And I'm like, hey, you little hot tomato, get over here.
she'll give you like a nice little like she'll almost kind of like raise her drink to you a little bit and walk over and I'm assuming you must be one of the ones I'm meeting today. And she'll kind of
Do you
stick
know
out her
what we're in
hand.
for?
Huh?
Do you know what we're in for? I have no idea what to expect.
Oh. One can only imagine in a place like this.
It's gonna be a lot.
Hopefully we're in for a nice evening.
We're in for a fun evening if I have anything to say about it.
Anyone? Oh, sorry, not to
I was gonna
interrupt.
say you
but
definitely seem like the type, and she'll take a little sip of her drink.
someone else is entering right now. I demand it.
I can take it. A definitely older gentleman, early 70s, maybe very late 60s, maybe a special number, with a little bit of a dirty outfit and is kind of not exactly quite realizing where he's at. Probably guessing he's lost, if anything else. Just looking absolutely fucking confused, but is enjoying the scenery.
And
I think Avery would
yeah.
kind of like lean into Jazz and just be like, "Well, who do you suppose he is?"
I don't know, but do you want to find out? Say hi.
Do you think he's here for what we're here for?
Well, we can sit around and wait, but that's no fun. Come on, let's get the evening going. And I'll just do one of these.
She'll kind of like just follow in your lead, like a little bit behind you, and just do a little, like a short little nod. Wave.
What in the sweet fuck is happening? I'll walk over and just go, look, I appreciate the gesture, and I understand that I'm very wealthy and very rich. I am married, so I would appreciate you keeping the flirting down to a minimum, even though it is very gratuitous of you.
I'll try and restrain myself.
Thank you very
Okay.
much.
How long do you look like? Get a load of this guy.
He seems to have confused us as some random women in the bar, and not just here for an actual important meeting.
And
she'll kind of only just say
that. Okay.
She doesn't even acknowledge you. She kind of like gives you that look of just like, and then she'll say that like kind of offhandedly to Jazz.
Speaking of which, there will be a larger, well-dressed, clearly important-looking fellow with a distinctive scar across his cheek that will come out from what seems to be an even further back room. Look at you all. Oi! Enough fraternizing! Get in the back! Oh, he's Irish.
Are we not allowed to get drinks or anything like that? I am quite hot.
showed
Not
up on
you,
time.
Slipknot. Get to the back
Oh.
now. We have business to discuss.
I put down a $5 on the table. Just go single malt neat, and then I'll walk to the back. Just he looks like almost for a second he gets a leg cramp, but then just like thinks about it for like 2 seconds, and then just walks normally for the rest of it.
And as they're being collected, Sean, you can make your entrance.
All right. You see someone step down from the outside. He's covered in road dust. He's wearing an old flannel shirt, brown canvas dungarees, pair of army issue boots that I've seen many, many summers. And over his back, he has an army issue rucksack, just casually slung over one shoulder, and a straw hat that he takes off and beats some road dust off of. It's like, is this the place?
Damn it. Hickseat, get in the back. About time. God, you bring the whole damn farm with you.
A long drive from Maine.
Can't afford professionalism these days, apparently. Just come on, or do you get dust in my bar?
He shuffles along. He's the type of person who, if you look at him, seems like he's chronically at 2% hydration. Very sun tan skin, but it's on the red side of tan, and it clearly stops at his neck. 36, but he's got leathery skin of a man twice his age.
Absolutely. You're all more so at herded at this point. Sean, he gives you like a smack on the back and then realizes the dust cloud that just came off you and just, damn it, I thought that was just in Mississippi. Why'd you work it? The Dust Bowl reached Maine now. God, get in there. And you're all brought to a back office. He'll take the main chair. There's only 2 other seats there, so you can fight amongst that clearly as you wish, but... Right. Well, I don't need to go into the fact that you all owe us a favor. Of course, by a favor, I do mean the Gustin gang. And, well, I'll cut right to it. We're collecting. We need yours to... Well, my boss has recently purchased a home. A little house to flip. Only issue is we think there might be squatters. Or something else. A lot of bad blood on there. We just want you to go check it out. Learn a bit about it. Make sure it's all clear. Been having some trouble with people getting in there to try and fix it up. Keep coming out saying they're hearing things. So, we're just going to send you in. You're going to fix things up, and then, well, we'll consider parts of your debts repaid. Or we'll just pay you, seeing as, some of you might not be completely in our debt.
I was going to say.
Well, I do try, Jezebel, to be very inclusive with my language.
Now, what do you mean by fix it up? I ain't much of a carpenter.
You don't need to fix it up. More likely you just make it worse than it is. And it's not very pretty. But you need to go and make sure there's no squatters or rats in the walls or anything like that without damaging the property. You can't sell scorch marks on the earth. Us don't want a complete rebuild. Renovation, that's where the money's at. So, you go in there, see what's causing all our workers such fuss, and That's it. If I had to give you some advice, don't fuck it up. Any questions? Or are we going to keep talking like I'm speaking with a bunch of corpses?
Well, gosh, can I be the interior designer later on? Once we
Absolutely
get rid of
not.
the squatters. Well,
What makes you think they're squatters? Just noises? Could be raccoons.
Whatever it is, it's been scaring off the workers. And we don't hire soft boys.
Be honest with me. Is anyone cooking, the bathtub hooch in the basement? Maybe they're hearing things that they're not actually hearing.
No, our workers are clean, ma'am.
Oh, why can't you hire new workers then?
Because the ones we do hire get scared off just the same.
They can get new ones.
And they'll do no work and we'll lose money. That's why we're sending you in, who we don't have to pay.
Sure.
Sounds to me like word's getting around about a spoiled job, eh?
Not yet. But that's why we're hoping that you could solve this. So get it done.
The house.
Don't blow up the house, you idiot.
What?
If you blow up a house, I'm taking your thumbs. Slow like. That's a promise.
I see what you're putting down.
God. Mary mother, just don't.
Don gives a
fuck it
very
up.
confused look to the two ladies. Looking back.
what, you think we can't hold our own? Come on.
I don't think thumbs would make a very good garnish. I don't know what's going on.
Do you think he's going to eat them? For a garnish?
What?
Maybe make a new cocktail?
Get out of my office before I regret this whole thing and just have you a shot. Sound good? Sound fair?
Yeah. On the way out,
Alright.
you overhear Sean telling us the rest. Back in the wall, that made a necklace out of ears.
Like, how many years would it take to build a necklace then?
He was a large fella, had 20, 30 on there by the end. Could be
Can
the
I
same
be
with thumbs.
Oh, it's true.
Can I be stupid and before I leave try to make a roll before we even actually get anything get to the interesting part?
Oh, what are you thinking of doing?
I want to try to see if I can kind of charm, but in a like a threatening way, that if to see if he will count all of my debts taken care of, just in
So
case the word
you-
does get out about this botched job.
You want to persuade
Threaten.
someone
A little bit.
with threats. I'd say that's an intimidate roll.
But I'm doing it charmingly, very
Right,
socially,
intimidate roll.
socially acceptably.
Cool, yeah, cool
Have
verbal
have you heard of
jujitsu.
this? Have you heard of this concept called passive aggressivism? Right?
Cool
It's
verbal
like
jujitsu.
I'm trying to be passive aggressive in a charming way.
Yeah,
Oh,
again,
gee.
verbal
Points in the
verbal
gaslighting.
jujitsu here is great. I love the vibes we're putting out. Intimidation roll.
That's the difference between
I'm
a
pretty sure it's a
15 and a
charm.
50.
Sounds like you might want to change your tactics then. Anyway, what's the plan?
Okay, so I say we get some, dynamite or some C4, and then go the old Pinkerton route and just blow up whatever the issue is.
By the way, Jimmy, your drink, of course, is left on the bar and ready for you. There's no sign of your $5 you paid for a drink in the 1920s.
Pretty sure single malt scotch is real, but okay. I have no fucking clue of history, and I grab it and
Oh, it's
You paid
it-
$5 for it.
It's like $150
Yeah, I
glass of
know.
scotch.
Look, I have 100 credit, and I barely bought any items. I can handle $5. I'm aware of how this inflationary period is. Somebody's got to make the bubble so big the depression really fucking hurts later.
He's got German money. Anyway, you all can make your way out of the Tiger Show and wherever you like. The entirety of Boston is open to you. You are given an address. The house is on 20 Sheaf Street.
I'm to make a quick stop on our way there.
Where are you stopping off to?
Well, I just need a little. I don't know if this is appropriate for a home renovation.
Are you all planning on heading immediately to the home?
If we're supposed to be bringing equipment, I did not bring my large boomstick.
What do you say we meet there in an hour?
To me,
And
It's
you?
okay. You come with me. Like,
Well, I might just head
Oh.
straight there because I don't have any place to stay or anywhere to go in the city.
Oh, you're
Lovely.
poor.
But
Jimmy, why don't you
No,
meet us there in an hour? Come on, John.
Oh, okay.
why lead the
All
way?
I'm doing is stopping by my house and grabbing a different disguise because I have many. I'm going to hand Lonnie a pair of sensible shoes if she wants them. And I'll change into
these would do good
men's
for
outfit.
kicking out some squatters. They're a little pointy if we need to use force.
They're the beast, darling.
Well, thank you, but
That's
maybe
fine.
some sensible shoes wouldn't hurt.
So, yep. Change your clothes. On our way. Unless you want to stop anywhere.
Although I still have a silk bag with like my more casual clothes, because, why not?
Right.
Like overly over the top
So,
accessory.
who's going where? Because you were given the address of the house, but the rest of Boston is, of course, open in case you want to do any investigators. That is the most helpful thing I will say to you tonight, and the last helpful thing I will say to you tonight.
I think Sean is going to make his way down to like the office of records, like try to dig up any kind of info he can on the property itself.
You mean this Hall of Records?
Yes.
Fantastic. So, while the rest of you, I assume, are going to, get your investigations on, Sean, if you're going to be trying to go through the Hall of Records, which is, of course, free and open to the public, you can make me a library use roll.
Library use. I don't think I have any any points in that. That's under skills, right?
Yes. It's alphabetical.
There it is.
Oof. Okay.
That's a failure.
Now.
What the hell's a library?
Now the question: would you like to push the roll?
Oh,
Means you get to roll.
absolutely.
Yeah, you want to roll again?
Yeah.
If
Let's
you don't
go crazy
do this,
early.
yeah. If you sure, go for it. I won't say anymore. Make another library use roll.
That's another failure.
Ooh, and a 99.
It's gonna be one of those nights.
Maybe I'm not the one who's gonna die first.
I'm not
All
used to the
right.
big city.
So within the Hall of Records, you quickly find yourself you find yourself overwhelmed. You don't lose any sanity or anything. This is just the Dewey Decimal System, which is atrocious history. Look it up, everybody. That's for you, chat, not for these people.
Yeah, that
but
does psychological damage.
But you do find yourself very quickly lost and losing track of time. So you'll be joining everyone else much later. As I assume the rest of you are going to the house?
Oh,
What I'd like to do? Oh, sorry.
sorry. I was just gonna go get my my chute, which is a very large case with an actual chute in it, but tucked behind the side of it is my very big rifle. And way too much ammunition.
Right.
Do you think
Now,
that's necessary?
Just in case there's squatters!
It sounds like you're prepped for more than
It's-
squatters.
Look,
all
you
I'm
never
saying.
know what's gonna happen. There's... Anybody could, you know... It's very dangerous.
When was the last time someone saw your wife?
you aren't there, to be fair. You're in a library.
Lost.
It was a great question, random person I've never heard of that before. Last time I saw my wife was about 5 days ago, and she had a work trip with a guy named Jim. Now, I thought I was Jim.
Anyway, for the rest of y'all. Oh, there's my captions. So,
Okay. If I can, I have connections all across the city, so I would like to go to the speakeasy I know of that's closest to the police station. And hopefully I'll have a friend in there who's on the inside who can kind of give me some insight about anything strange that's been happening lately. A cop at a speakeasy who's there to drink.
right, I'll put you guys over to the neighborhood. Your friend is first off, make your persuade check, see how this shakes out.
The dice do not like us tonight.
Your friend, you could try and push this now, but as it stands,
Don't get lost in a speakeasy.
I really shouldn't be talking to you about things after last time. It's been, oh boy. Chief came down on me pretty hard about giving cases to outsiders.
I know that one wasn't my fault. I'm like
Well-
I'm like a bank vault.
Yeah, they get broken into quite a bit. Especially when
Okay,
you're
fair enough.
involved. Look, you're gonna have to go and talk to the police station yourself if you're trying to get records. But, oof, I don't know if you should do that. Good luck with
Yeah.
whatever house you'll get into, though. It's a nice
Okay.
neighborhood.
Can I ask for some advice?
Sure. Don't order the
Okay.
cheap stuff.
But some specific advice. If you were to show up at a place and there are people there that you don't want to be there, but you don't want to be violent, how would you get rid of them?
If you have squatters, you can call the cops. That's what we're here for.
Mhm.
But
Remember
the
that other
issue-
last time?
Right.
A friend of mine went away for a very long time. I don't want that to happen again.
So, beyond that, I don't know what to tell you. You're
All
gonna
right,
need
worth
to
a shot.
get physical with somebody if you don't want to rely on the law.
Mm.
So, anyway, do me a favor. Don't be seen next to me for a little bit. Takes us.
I wouldn't dream of it.
What makes two of us? Anyone else doing anything as Jezebel is in the speakeasy, or are y'all just following Jezebel around outside?
So I don't think I would have followed into the speakeasy if she kind of already explained that she was going to talk to a contact. But I'd assume maybe I'd be waiting outside. So when she comes back out, do you think she would mention that the lead wasn't good and they just said go to the police?
Absolutely. That didn't go
Okay.
the way I hoped it would go.
Some
It was a bust.
Well, I mean, I guess we could always take his advice, go to the cops, see if they have any knowledge of the house at the very least. They must have
No.
records. Maybe there was
You
not.
might-
Maybe I was gonna say 911 call. Is that too early for that?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. But you are obviously a very respectable looking person. I think that maybe you can go have a conversation, and this time I'll wait outside.
Well, this is fun, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Except
I
that
knew it would be.
mine is a little bit more going to the cops actually instead of going to a contact is whatever. But I'll certainly give it a try.
You can do it. I know.
She looks a little disappointed that she doesn't also get to be like I have a contact and I know people, because she knows people were probably not in this helpful situation. So yeah, I'll definitely try to see if I can go to the police and see if they have records of the house.
Going into the police station?
Yes.
You'll start at the front desk. Hello. What can I help you with?
Hello. So I have a bit of a silly question. I heard these stories about a house, and I just want to see if there's any strange happenings going on. Have you gotten any calls to go to 20 Sheaf Street? Was that what it was?
Miss, we're not at liberty to discuss on any cases with the general public unless you have a, actual reason to have that information.
I mean, it's public record, is it not? Just to know about the house.
If it's public record, you can check the Hall of Records. This is a police station. We have evidence here.
So you mean to tell me you wouldn't be able to save me a trip down to the Hall of Records? I'd have to go to a whole other building, and you couldn't just tell me a little information I'd learn anyway when I get there?
You want to make me a charm?
Yes, I
or
would.
Persuade? Yeah, absolutely.
I would absolutely love to make you a charm.
Ooh, there you go. That's a success. You can mark that skill.
Okay.
I really shouldn't be doing this, but okay. Come on. And he'll lead you into evidence briefly, and then look about, pull something out, and we'll give you this police raid report.
Oh.
Now, you didn't get this from me. You didn't see anything about this. I'd suggest you walk out of here as casually as you can.
She'll kind of tuck it into her little silk purse. I'm assuming he's letting me keep it, right?
Yeah.
She kind of tucks it into her little silk purse, and she'll say, "They'll never know I was here. Thank you."
Oh,
and
miss, if I should probably give you this as well, and pulls it seems to be a closely linked case with the following files on a figure known as Samuel Kerrigan. Thank you, I'll miss Buzz.
Okay. Oh, you are too kind, sir.
Just get out of here.
As you say. And she'll
Right.
kind of, like I said, everything in the tiny little silk purse, be carrying it very daintily out. And yeah. Trying not to raise any suspicions.
Right. You walk out of there, and I assume you can consult with Jezebel on the files?
Yeah. Oh, I'll be handing them to her right away before I even read them, because I'm assuming she'll probably know more about this sort of stuff than me.
Oh, how about
But
this?
I'll
I
end
read
up
the letter and you look at the files. But be careful if there are any photos. Maybe don't look at those right away.
There are no photos, and it's not a letter, it's a raid report.
Oh, excuse me. Raid report.
So, why don't you read that raid report for me?
Are these both the same thing? Because you sent it.
There are
What?
two, if you look at it. It's two different years.
Okay, and two different charges as well. So 1912 first.
Sure.
Okay. To Boston Police Department, charge child endangerment. Defendant to be arrested. Samuel Kerrigan, you said?
Hmm?
It's a little bit. There we go. Okay. 27th Sheath Street, Boston. White male, age 63, 5'10", 195 pounds. She makes like a little face of like realizing how much like she's like, oh, he's gonna okay. Like hopefully we don't have to fight this guy basically. So she's thinking. Unemployed, white hair, green eyes. The date of offense was 5/15/1912. And again, it was on 27 Sheath Street. And the remarks are, defendant is the only one of the 55 collected members that has not requested a lawyer. Should I read the other one as well?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So this charge is for threatening behavior. Same location, same description of Samuel Kerrigan, but the remark is defendant released on own
Reconnaissance.
reconnaissance. I've not seen that word written out. Jeez.
Recognizance, not reconnaissance.
Recognizance. Listen. Per Councilman Ellsworth. Okay.
So basically, recognizance is that they made some kind of condition or something with the court judge in order to be released. So, police raid report.
Do you want to read that one?
Sure. I do think that we should read this when we're together. There's some wild stuff on here. Side note, I'm having a hard time reading it.
You can make it zoom to the full size of your screen by clicking on the object.
Mm-hmm.
That should help. I can read it if you'd like.
Yes, I'm sorry, that would be better. But
No
just
worries.
for the story, if we could read it when we're all together, so we all know what's going on with that, I think it would be good.
Sounds good. We'll sit on that piece of information then. So, Jimmy, you have your case. Where are you going?
Well, I was told we were gonna meet at that house, so I stopped by the bank. Right? No, I don't stop by the bank. My first instinct is to go to the bank, but I don't. I go right to the house because we were said to meet up in an hour, and I don't want to be late.
You just walking around the neighborhood, or are you gonna take a taxi or something?
I'll take a taxi.
Cool. You will get out of the taxi in front of this house you see on your screens here. Lovely little number. Frankly, perfectly ordinary. Brick building is overshadowed, though, by taller, newer office buildings on either side. The house fronts the street. In the rear, overgrown plantings and a half-collapsed arbor. Access to the rear exits on either side of the residence, as far as you can see. Studying the house, you're impressed by the way it seems to withdraw into the shadows cast by the flanking buildings. Now, the blank curtained windows hide all understanding of what lies within. You do also see on the front stoop there, appears to be a rising sun and an eye, kind of Egyptian theme. Anyway, as you are going about that, though, you will be approached by a figure. Oh, hey, looking to buy some new property, eh?
Just looking around, it seems. I'm a collector,
collectors. I know collectors. Yeah, can I interest you in collecting a shoe shine? Perhaps some
A shoe shop.
newspapers and bit of
Ah.
information. You know?
You know what? I'll take the paper, please. How much does that go for now?
Oh, well, you know, times are real tough. I'd have to. $2 at least.
$2?
Two big ones.
All right. Better be a good newspaper. And I'll reach into my pocket and just hand him $2.
All right, this is Mr. Dooley. He'll take it and look at it and go to shake your hand and offer you paper with the other. Dooley. Everyone just calls me Dooley.
You can call me Jimmy.
Oh, well, Jimmy, let me tell you right now, if you're going to buy this house, you probably don't.
Wait, what's
Oh,
wrong with the
well.
house?
Last family moved in. Well, there was a bit of a problem. You see?
A problem?
Yeah, about last year.
All right.
Eh.
What do you know? What could you know?
Well, I've been around the town. You know, I'm from here. I live around here. I work here.
Of course.
It's my corner.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of years ago, family moves in, and had a accident happens. Father of the family just, gets stuck up there or something, and doesn't leave the house as often. Understandable. I'd kick up my feet if I got hit too.
Of course.
He starts, when he does come out, anytime someone talks to him, he's out here talking about some haunting thing, sounds and stuff.
What, is he from Connecticut?
No,
That's insane.
no, they're from New York. In a
Ah, that's
city.
worse.
Anyway, I need to cut to the chase here. He pulls a full loony here, and well, thankfully the rest of his family was able to get out, but he took a one-way trip to the sanitarium. I tell you what, it's Roxbury. If you need to know.
I will reach back into my pocket and I'll put $1 in the hand and go to shake his hand again and just go, thank you for the information. Perhaps something will jog your memory as if there's more, perhaps.
Well, I can tell you the wife sold the place, or rather the government, the bank forced it to, after she went loony too.
They all went crazy?
Oh, I don't know about the kids, but lady, ooh, like a bat.
It's just how times are.
I
It's fine,
suppose.
It's fine. You know what? I'm still very interested in this property. I can see a certain value in it.
And I see a headline. So, enjoy. And he'll make his way off.
Sure.
Old loon goes loonier.
Busboy gets his ass kicked.
No, I'm
Won't
loony.
have a good ringing to it.
Not yet, you're not.
No,
No,
you still have
it's that-
50 sanity.
Right. Well, you are sitting from the house. I will say that Jezebel and Avery, you can be making your way down the road or getting out of a cab as you like.
How far
Just take
away
a
was
cab?
this? I was gonna say we'd probably
Yeah.
take a. Avery would probably prefer to take a cab depending on how far it was.
Mhm.
From the police station, it'd be a walk. So
Okay. Yeah. She'll hail a cab and offer to pay for it.
okay. You will all get to 20 Sheep Street. And now I need to know, do you go right in?
First, I want to tell them what we found,
Mm-hmm.
what not you found.
You want to share what Avery found?
Yeah. She'll kind of like pull out some neatly folded papers from her purse. We already read through the 2 actual like reports, but I know we were waiting for that last one. The last kind of bit of a doozy to share with everyone else. So once everyone's kind of congregated, I think she'll make sure she's a good distance from the house, because like, I don't know, you don't just sit on the front porch reading about all the bad things that are going to happen when you walk in the door of the place. And
So you read it out in the middle of the street.
Let's take a walk around the block together.
Sure.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
No. So everyone walking by can hear.
Well, they'll only hear little bits
not
and
all.
pieces. So,
All right.
is this a busy neighborhood?
Well, it's quieter, but it's new offices and buildings. So, less 19th century homes and more 1920s.
Well, Jimmy's been here for a while. If let's just huddle up, and if anyone asks, then we're here with our grandfather.
You do note that Sean is not present. So, with that, you read through the police raid report. Case number X9387-R. Incident police raid. Reporting officer Detective James Barrister. Date of report May 15th, 1912. Based on the sworn affidavits of witnesses outlined in case file SR-71, I, along with my partner Grant Heslov and officers Phelps, Dunn, and Lopez, were ordered by Commissioner Turgeson to enter the Chapel of Contemplation and terminate all members with extreme prejudice. We arrived at 23:30 hours under cover of moonlight and took a defensive position behind our vehicles. Detective Heslov called to the congregation on the bullhorn, ordering them to redacted and surrender. Before he could finish speaking, I heard a gunshot and realized Detective Heslov had been shot in the throat. I called for backup, but he was already dead. I ordered Dunn and Lopez to flank the buildings to the right as I and Officer Phelps provided covering fire. Our superior firepower effectively suppressed the congregation inside, and we were able to push forward in a standardized 2x2 cover formation. Upon reaching the chapel doors, I ordered Phelps to cover me while I entered and cleared the main room. Dunn and Lopez entered through the rear simultaneously. As we entered, I heard Phelps vomiting behind me. He pointed to the ground and I saw, redacted. It was at this point that Officer Phelps put his firearm in his mouth and pulled the trigger. I again called for backup. We heard sounds coming from the basement below, so the remaining officers and myself descended the stairs. We observed a total of 54 men cloaked in black robes, chanting in a foreign language and holding what appeared to be chalices of wine, circling around a table. Lopez indicated to me that the language was Latin. Among the cloaked men, we recognized several people, most notably, redacted. Officer Dunn then screamed and began firing his firearm wildly into the crowd. He was crying and pointing at redacted in the center of the room. Redacted, redacted, into more chalices on another table and underneath. Officer Lopez fainted, and Dunn charged into the group of men. I quickly took a lantern from the wall and broke it onto the stone floor, sending the entire chapel up in flames. I escaped the chapel as backup arrived, but could not find Officer Dunn or Lopez in the ensuing chaos.
There will be a moment after Avery is reading through this, after she sees 54, she's going to like frantically look through the other pages that she has, because she remembers seeing that it said that 55 people were collected.
Hmm?
And she's just...
You know what else I need you all to do? Make a sanity check. Anyone present, please make me a sanity check. These events are difficult to understand.
Thank God for the Dewey Decimal System.
Oh, we're all so good.
Okay, you all succeed.
An extreme success.
You'll all succeed, so you're only all gonna lose 2 sanity.
We passed.
Yes. It's still
I
bad.
got an extreme pass.
Yeah. It's still bad.
I called bullshit. All right, I gotta.
Oh, you have to enter edit mode to change your sheet.
Mm-hmm. So you said by 2?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Reduce it by 2, please.
Math is hard.
Anyways, you finished reading. What now, investigators?
You'll see a moment of like Avery kind of like thinking and kind of like almost like frantic for a second, And she's like, so one of these men is just out in the world. And potentially in that house.
Well, it sounds like we have a problem to deal with.
A little bit more than squatters.
Homeless people. Completely agree.
Sean.
What's that? I'm sorry.
Do you recall where Sean said he was going to go?
I thought we said we'd meet at the house in an hour. She'll kind of like see if she can crane her neck down the street. He remembers the address, right?
You never know with the youngins. They're never paying all that much attention. Always so busy, you know, with their talkies and, you know, their books and shit like that.
Yes, the books are the problem.
Always odd. Lazy
Jimmy.
sacks of shit.
Jimmy.
So privileged.
Jimmy.
Yes.
In the circles that you run in, do you happen to know anyone who speaks Latin?
Latin?
Mm-hmm.
Let me think on this.
Avery will.
Go for it.
I might have kind of figured that Latin might be handy in a Cthulhu situation.
Personally,
she'll
no, I
wait-
don't know anyone.
she'll say that, and then Jimmy will just be like, "Not a clue."
No! Who speaks Latin? It's a dead language.
Wealthy people speak Latin. You should know this.
No, we speak money. There's a difference. We speak in economics.
Mm-hmm.
Make you a dead language.
Sounds like somebody got a participation trophy.
Anyway,
Avery, I don't know what to do with this one.
what is the plan?
I mean, I think we should definitely wait for Sean. Avery will kind of along the lines of like, "Oh, it's a shame we just met him. I wouldn't even know where to guess he'd be."
I had to really guess he'd be at books and failing it miserably.
Well,
Failing at books.
Do you think he would have thought to go where the police told me to go? Said the
Where
record
the police
hall would probably have information, but you know, I'm
You
not
didn't
gonna
just
make
pay
2 trips in
someone
one
to-
day.
You,
Do we
you
know
didn't
how
just pay
far?
someone to do it?
Do you know how far it is from the house? Completely ignoring Jimmy.
do you? Well, question. Better question. Do you know Boston? Are you from here?
I'm not.
Oh, then you have absolutely no idea.
I've been
been
here
here
for at least
about a year.
20 years.
Oh, but, you know, like a year.
I retired
you know,
over here.
Now, Jimmy, if you've been here a while, you know the Hall of Records is not too far. Probably best to take a taxi, though.
It's not too far, you know. It's just a little hop, skip, and a joint, and then, you know, we might want to, you know, take a ride.
If you speak money, then we'll have you lead the way. Pay for the taxi trip. Do it.
I feel like we should do a split bill at this point.
Oh, but you said you
Oh,
speak money. I only speak Latin.
do
It's a dead language. I don't think it would help us much in this situation.
I'm so sorry, but social mores would look poorly on that idea. There's no concept of going Dutch.
You'd make a lady pay for a cab.
I believe in equal rights, which means equal splitting of paychecks.
What a new concept.
It's really
I'm
I don't think it'll
progressive.
last.
I'm
Anyway, you all.
progressive
I'm not.
with
I'm
the
not.
time.
For a suffragette.
I'm not gonna navel gaze on this. If you want to go to the Hall
No.
of Records,
Yes, please.
okay. You all enter into the Hall of Records. We'll jump back over there. Would you also like to all make me library use checks?
Oh, God.
This was one of the ones I tried to be good at. Oh, I was not good at.
You just from
We
somewhere
are
in the building.
amazing.
Yeah.
From somewhere in the
Book
building, you hear
smart.
someone yell, "For the love of God, I just want the property manifests."
I mean, okay, so I basically got some of the information that we would have needed anyway, because I talked the police officer to not have to go here. So I'm assuming he would give us at least some stuff that would be helpful. Even if this is just like the little bit.
So I'm sorry. What are you trying to leverage here?
I'm hoping that either one of us can, well, so one of us could try to re-roll, but I'm hoping that technically some of the stuff that I got at least gives us a good starting point.
If you want to use a hero point, you can get a bonus die. You have one as a team.
I mean, do we want to
I mean,
use
if
that
we never-
here, or do we want to use that later?
I mean, if we
That's the
never
only
get
thing.
to the mystery, we can't die, right?
Exactly.
We
And
run
the
all
hall
around
collapses
Boston
on
trying to
us.
figure out who this Samuel Carrigan guy is, and we never actually end up meeting him.
I think I heard Sean. Let's go find out what he knows.
Did we just go to the library and not actually find him? We all just got distracted by the books.
Yeah,
I
the
thought we heard him hollering.
And it's a big place. Probably didn't actually.
I mean, I'm hoping that we'd all be looking in like
Would
not
you,
like within like
would
the
you
Boston.
like to push the roll, or use your bonus die?
Pushing the roll do again? What would I?
Pushing the roll lets you roll again. However, the results would be worse if you fail.
Like getting lost in the hall of
Or
records.
you, with your free hero point that is just floating in the ether, just there.
I think he wants you to push the roll. I feel like that's the hint.
Some of you have 50, which is a 50-50 chance.
And
That's
I will do it.
I only have 45, but I'll
Would
do
you
it.
like to assist the roll?
Oh.
How do
Would
I
you
do
like? You just tell me you're assisting, and then
Yes.
and then Jezebel can roll a bonus die,
that? Yes. I assist.
which is going to make this a success. It takes it from a
It is?
73 to a 33. It
Oh.
replaces the 10 spot. So, not only are you able to follow the sounds of hollering to find Sean yelling at files and some bewildered clerks, but you're also quickly able to direct yourself to the civil court records concerning the property you're looking into, and the last will and testament of a certain Walter Corbett Esquire. States that Walter Corbett Esquire, 1798 to 1866, last will and testament, 1866, State of Massachusetts, County of Suffolk. I, Walter Corbett, of the County of Suffolk in the State of Massachusetts, being in perfect health of body and mind, do make and ordain this my last will and testament in the following manner. Item the first. I give the Chapel of Contemplation, Copp's Hill, Boston, Massachusetts, all of my possessions, including my copy of Redacted, and my property at 20 Sheaf Street in Copp's Hill. Item the second. I direct my executor to lease my property at 20 Sheaf Street, using the proceeds to fund the church. Item the third. I wish my body to be interred in the basement of the property at 20 Sheaf Street, as specified in the instructions left to the executor. Item the fourth. I appoint Pastor Michael Thomas of the Chapel of Contemplation in Copp's Hill, Massachusetts, Boston, Massachusetts, as my executor to this my last will and testament. This is the 17th day of July AD 1865. Signed, Walter Corbett, Esquire. It has been notarized and is a legally binding document.
There's a stiff in the basement.
You'll also note that following the Register of Churches, that the Chapel of Contemplation closed in 1912. Seems to coincide with that police report.
Isn't that fascinating?
So-
Yeah.
You're all collected. What do you like to do now?
First off, I'd like to apologize for keeping you waiting. This is quite a large building, and I lost my bearings. I did not find anything useful, but I do know more than I the births and deaths on Sheath Street from the years of 1719 to 1875.
Oh, that's quite all right. Here, take a look at everything that Jezebel was able to find here, and here's a few things from the police department. See if we can all piece it together.
So,
Seems like there's a bit of overlap between all the items.
yeah. Sean will read it over, and he'll say, look here. The 1912 report says he's age 65. So does the one 12 years later.
If anyone has
Make
law,
him.
they could make me a check.
Great, but it exists. Gee. This is not going well.
Now, as a reminder, you all also have luck, which is to say, you can have a resource that you can spend in order to improve your rolls. You tell me how much luck you're spending, and that you subtract that from your current amount of luck, and yeah, could net you more results by giving yourself a success than what would otherwise be a failure.
Can I spend some of my luck on her roll, or does it have to be on mine?
Nope. Got to
Okay.
be on your own rolls.
So I spend 12 to make it even, or would I have to get it below?
Nope, you can be even. Meets it,
Okay.
does, beats it, but you do mark off that you've spent 12 luck.
Okay. Sure. I will I was the closest roll, so I'd be spending the least amount of luck. So
Okay.
I will mark off 12.
Sounds good. You will note that the age being the same is probably just because they copied over the exact same information. They were just like, oh, okay, same person, boop, boop, boop. And this was probably done in haste because clearly this person was let go on the orders of someone pretty high up.
Which is fair because I also completely glazed over that because I was like, oh, yep, same information as last time. So that's, yeah, okay.
Anyway,
So
you are all caught up on information. Where would you like to go?
well, actually, wait. So this is does this say 27 Sheaf Street for Samuel Kerrigan?
Yes.
Okay, so just down the street.
Yes.
Should we check out that house first? Do you think that would have any helpful information, or is that probably overkill? She'll look around and everyone kind of looking down at the papers, and she'll, yeah.
I don't know. Is there any, since we're in the Hall of Records, is there any information on 27 Sheath Street? Would that be
Not
another
without
library
another
roll?
check.
Library?
You want to go back in? Round 2?
Librarian we can talk to. A reference person. Information desk.
I'll save you all the rules. You can quickly surmise that it is a rental property. It is apartments. No one owns it by the name of Samuel Kerrigan. It's so yeah.
Seems like a red herring to me.
Was
I'd like to know more
supposedly
about
one
this.
of 55 one of the 55 black-robed figures. 54, 55, a little bit of a discrepancy there, but
Well, they can't
Yeah.
keep the age straight. You can't expect them to count past 25.
So here's the thing. There's a church involved. There's Latin involved. There's chanting and there's robes. I don't know where we might find out more information about this group, the Chapel of Contemplation, but it sounds like it might be something.
Would you like to find the address of the Chapel of Contemplation here on your successful roll before? Would you have looked into the actual spot
And I would have, because I'm interested in doing that.
All right, you have an address for the Chapel of Contemplation.
Okay.
It was burned down, correct? I'm right in remembering that was in one of the reports.
It does seem to indicate that the chapel was taken up in flames. The current status of the building is not given. But it doesn't seem that anything new has been built there. At least as far as the Chapel of Contemplation is concerned. Anyway.
Seems like we're gonna be building up Jimmy's cab tab here, but might be worth another trip out.
Are you heading to the Chapel of
I don't
Contemplation?
like you.
That's the
You
fellow
could
that
tell
paid
that
You don't
$5
like
for a
the
drink.
young people. You've already made
Jimmy-
that very clear.
No. It was more like Jimmy wasn't paying attention until we heard the running up Jimmy's cab fare. It's just like, what?
Okay, Jimmy, this one's
You're
on
paying
me.
for another
I'll pay
cab.
for the cab. I'll pay for this one since it was my idea. I
She'll give
suppose.
Jezebel a look of, oh, you're far too nice. Taking it out of Jimmy's hands.
I can't let a lady pay for a cab.
I can't.
Pulled out a busted out billfold and ready.
Where are you all
Oh.
going? Where are you all going?
Check the chapel.
Yeah.
All right, you head
Oh,
to
we're
the
going to
chapel?
church.
Yeah,
Yes.
sure.
You made it, Jimmy.
That's what,
What?
this is.
What? They speak Latin? I don't understand any of it. Some weird ritual thingy? That sounds like church.
Yeah, it does sound an awful lot like church to me.
What is
It
le-
makes perfect sense.
As you all exit, what is left of the old church stands at the end of a crooked, dingy street. The ruins are so weathered and overgrown with greenery that the gray stone rubble seems more like natural stone than former walls and foundation. You pass a slumping wall bearing white painted symbols, apparently freshly swabbed. 3 Ys arranged into triangles. The top elements of each Y touch the other 2. In the center, so created, painted a staring eye. I have a picture of that. Here. Oh, no, wait. Ignore that one.
That doesn't look like Jesus.
Doesn't look a thing like Jesus.
You know what it kind of does look
Like
like,
it did
though?
when-
Wait. Actually, it might not. When did the pyramid show up on the bill? Was the pyramid
all
on
sing-
the at this
It
Were
was
you trying to
fairly
make an
early.
Illuminati reference? Because that's the first thing that came in my mind.
I mean, Jimmy knows money.
As you're all
Jimmy does have
staring
money.
at this, you get this kind of odd fog in your heads. This, you're contemplating, is this a plot or something? Kind of like the implications of this case might be larger than you. Like, there's something pushing at the back of your head. The pressure of what's happening must be what's getting to you all.
Yeah. I don't know if it's out, but I know that I hate it.
Is there a gardener on the grounds?
No. This place is absolutely overgrown and scattered with bits of stone wall and wooden floor. It seems to be all around one building, or the remains of a building. This is a ruin that's been allowed to grow here.
There's
It's
some
less
way
that. Yeah, what?
Is there some way I could like leverage like a spot hidden check?
To do what?
I just want to see if there's anything hidden around here. Like
That
maybe
sounds like an observe check.
an observe check. All right. Probably not that good at those.
I also attempt an occult roll, or is that something that this is like looking at it is just engulfing our mental capacity?
I mean, if you want to make an occult check on the symbol, you absolutely can. Ooh,
Yeah.
hard success.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you can make me an occult. So I have a hard success on occult. I still wait on the observation roll.
I'm must be looking past it on the skills.
It is alphabetical.
It's alphabetical, but then there's also categories too.
Yeah,
Yes.
which category?
So
would
it depends
it
on
be?
where it's broken up into.
It is. Should be on the right. Or no, it was. Oh, this is different. I don't blame you.
It goes occult, operate heavy machinery. Then I'm into the P's.
Oh,
Persuade.
am I thinking? I think I'm thinking of a different system.
Can I have spot
You
hidden?
can make me a spot hidden.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. All right, yeah, another hard success. So the symbol doesn't seem to. It's clearly occult in nature. This is by no means a, divine, a religion that you're familiar with. The connections to an all-seeing eye clearly have a lot of references. Best guess, this is a cultic symbol and speaks to the earlier report, which you read, that mentions occult activity occurring here. As for the spot hidden, there does, if you were to go to the main building, you do see kind of through the floorboards, some of them that are a bit, well, burned out, and you can kind of look over the side into the basement. There does appear to be some objects and stuff down there. You're also noticing the symbol appear multiple times on the remaining walls.
I got more of that graffiti over here. I pointed out. Does it look like I can get down under the floorboards and see what's down there?
Is everyone joining you on the floorboards?
I'll join.
If he says there's more symbols, I'll probably go.
I'm going to
but does
go
it
ahead and
look like-
assume you're all going into this building to investigate things, unless
Yeah,
otherwise
but-
stated. I need everyone to make me a luck check.
I feel like this is where I'm gonna oh,
I'm
Oh.
ridiculously lucky.
I rolled a 1.
Jimmy Slip thought you should have luck, but because
I thought I had luck.
You don't
Well,
need luck when you got money.
well,
Apparently.
tell you what.
I thought I
tell
put
you
a
what,
fuck ton of points into luck.
Tell you what.
What?
The worst two. So Sean and Jimmy, please make me jump checks as the floorboards begin to crumble underneath you of age.
We're
I'm
good.
gonna ask that. You were like, roll luck, and I'm like, wait, before we do that.
Swim, right, psychology, fight skill. Oh, jump, here it is.
Is there anything either you would like to try and do to push the roll?
Oh.
Can I throw cash at it?
Is there any way
Yeah.
I can assist?
So I just roll it again, right?
You roll it again. If you'd like to try and assist, I'd need a roll on your part, Jezebel.
Jump.
Yeah, I can go for it. Make me a jump check.
I'm not very good at jumping.
All these skills.
So you try and jump after them and find yourself overextending. So everyone but Avery. I'm gonna go ahead and let's go down the line here. Let's start with Jezebel. 5 damage. Sean, 2 damage. Jimmy, 3 damage. As the floorboards collapse under you. You fall into a part of the basement that seems to have been sealed off from the rest. Originally, now that you see it, reached by separate stairs, buried under tons of rubble, within this room, next to a cabinet, are 2 skeletons dressed in tattered silk robes. Perhaps they hid from the police and perished in the fire.
Is it black silk?
Doesn't say, and it's kind of tattered beyond age. So whatever color it was, it's probably soot and dust now.
Can I take a stick and kind of poke around and see if I can find anything in what used to be the pockets?
Sure, that's easy enough. You just kind of check out the pockets. They don't seem to have anything on them.
walking down there,
Can
at one
you-
point you'll hear Avery just yell, "Are you all right down there?"
It's
Can she
collapsed
see
in such
down
a way.
there?
Yeah, you can not only see down there, you can easily get down there. It's kind of collapsed in such a way to create a ramp.
Okay. Well, she'll definitely still ask first, because if there's like something that sounds like, they're being attacked, she probably wouldn't follow right
Yeah.
away. She'd, so she'll say, "Are you all right?" And then she'll just kind of start going down the ramp gingerly to see what they're doing.
Watch that last step. It's a doozy.
You don't
Well,
say.
I'm sorry. Can I do one more spot hidden just to see if maybe there's like a
Yeah, what are you looking at? Looking at specifically? I need more specific things.
Yeah.
What are you
Yeah, I'm
doing?
looking-
And then we'll tell you. I'll tell you what you need to
I'd
roll.
like to look around and see if I see anything that looks like a door or a passageway or something underneath. Or if I don't know if I'd have to do 2 rolls for it, but I'm also looking for more of the symbols.
Make me a spot hidden.
I'm not having a good day.
Don't see much of anything.
So, were there any items that may contain something like documents, like a chest or anything like that, like a trunk or
Well, there's a cabinet
safe,
here.
a cabinet? Um, Sean will check out the cabinet.
Sure. It seems to contain moldering and broken down church records. So, you can make me another spot hidden as you look through it.
All right. I'm gonna spend a luck point to
Make that a success.
make that. Yeah.
So it appears that all the documents within the cabinet are just junk church documents. They had writing on them. They have been degraded through time and fire and damage. But your foot does hit something underneath as you're kind of sorting through, like something's been put under the cabinet.
Curious. I'm gonna bend down to take a closer look at that. Not much useful in the papers, but we'll see what's under here.
You find what appears to be the musty old journal. It almost seems to fall to pieces as you turn the pages, but the name Walter Corbett catches your eye. An entry records that Walter Corbett. Well, you know what? Rather than doing this, why don't I just show you? There's the first church record, and there is the second one. So you want to give that a read, or shall I?
I'll give it a try. It's pretty damaged, but the means to continue our work, Weber, Corbett, our Dark Lord, has prepared for this day. Our plans, strength. Got a date here, June 20th, 1866. This is the beginning. Walter has been chosen to depart this world for something greater. The Dark Man has summoned him. This is all gibberish. And though his body lies still in a state that is pitiful, civilization would label dead, his soul will live on. Steps have already been taken to ensure that Corbett's body will be safely interred in the basement of his house, in accordance with his wishes and the wishes of the Dark Man. Praise be to him. May all be reborn anew. Can't make heads or tails of that. Got another one dated May 15th, 1912. Fools of this wretched city. Now we have the children. And now it is. We cannot allow the sacred grounds to be police officers. The children will be fine shields. The ritual shall be performed as planned. They are here. Praise be to the Dark Man. And another date, May 22nd, 1912. Councilman Ellsworth has once again kept us from harm. His position is proving to be as an invaluable resource for the chapel. Perhaps the Dark Man will grant him favor as he did with Corbett. Any of that mean anything to you?
Well,
Looks back at the crew.
means a sanity check.
Son of a biscuit.
Another sanity check?
For all of
Yeah.
us or just Sean?
Well, Sean, were you reading this out loud?
Yes.
Oh, absolutely, all of you.
Okay.
What if I was not paying attention?
As Jimmy does.
Jimmy cast
It's still good enough.
Yep.
All right, so sanity. Where is so I just click that. Boom.
You all succeed, so only be one sanity.
All right.
But yeah, alongside the journal is an enormous volume, handwritten in what seems to be Latin, but so rotten and worm-eaten that whole sections no longer can be understood.
Hand it over.
If only I knew someone who spoke Latin.
I don't still know a person. That's the second time. If I had $1 for every time that was said today, I'd have $2, which is not a lot at all.
Avery will just roll her eyes and be like, perhaps I can make some sense of it. And she'll
Why?
take the book and
You are
hope-
full of surprises. And he hands the book over to you.
So, what is your Latin skill at?
30?
I'm gonna need you to make a Latin roll then.
Okay. Oh.
I just love that that's a roll that you can make.
I might be willing to make another. I keep getting 12 away from what I need, which like right now seems like, yeah, I'll spend it, and then like later on it'll be a bad idea. But
Maybe we hold on to it for now and look at it again later.
well, we found a lot of useful information so far. I'd hate to miss a piece.
Good
But,
point.
Well, you can just hold on to it for the moment and try to
Okay.
make heads or tails of it later. Obviously, you do get a title, though. It's called Liber Ionis.
Okay. And does my Latin do anything to help me know even Libre's book, I think, right?
It means a book of ivory.
Book of Ivory. Okay.
Or, well, yeah. You can make me an occult check with that name.
I believe ivory is a type of flower.
Ooh, yeah.
The Book of Ivory, also known as the Book of Ebon, is said to be a grimoire of great power. It apparently is passed down by cults translated across many languages, and well, it's quite a good find if you're interested in strange things. Though to get more into that would require time and a better Latin roll. So, until then, I must ask, what's your next move?
Jimmy, do you know anyone
Yes?
named Counselor? Do you know anyone named Councilman Ellsworth?
It's a great question. It's just one of the people I pay off to do my bidding.
Pay off to do your... Okay, well, not get into that, but if you must know, then 10 years ago there was indeed well, not 10 years ago, but 1912 when you were in the city, there was indeed a Councilman Ellsworth, councilman on, City Council of Boston. So
There was a man who used to sit on the council, a while ago, but, he's no longer
Okay.
there.
As he passed on?
Let me
He's no
think about that.
longer he's no longer a member of political circles.
Okay. I
Well,
think we know
he's
who's...
socially dead, but I don't know if he's actually dead.
Okay.
At a
I
certain
think we
point,
know...
when you give up your prestige, you give up on life.
Yes, it's hard to say.
Wise words. I think we know who pardoned what's his face? Samuel? In those other police reports that we found?
Also seems to be very heavily involved in whatever's happening in here.
I guess the question I have is, was he acting alone, or is there someone that replaced him for this group?
With the Latin, would you know enough? Yeah, did you tell us what the book title was?
Oh, yeah, she probably would have had like a moment where she sat there and she was just like, the Book of Ivory. Am I holding like a spell book?
That's
I'm
silly.
kind of like-
Magic's not real.
Well, maybe they thought it was. Well, they thought it was enough to die for it. So, there's a dark man and an ivory book. I don't know where to go with that, but it's an observation. Find anything else down there, Sean?
Did he? Just seems to be a bunch of ruined records otherwise. Nothing noteworthy.
To see if all of the drawings are in like, because you said there's multiple of them, so would I be able to see if there's like a rhyme or reason to where they're drawn, or is it just like someone was kind of practicing with drawing them over and over again?
It's hard to say.
If I relax my eyes and I walk far enough away to see as many of them as possible, is there any
They are all the
shape that it
same.
comes to? Okay.
But you don't get you can't activate your equal vision to unlock some secret entrance or something.
Oh.
No, they just seem about. Some would say a boot.
Well,
But-
it did mention that being buried in the basement, and that does match up with the other reports.
So it sounds like the house is a little bit more infested than we thought, but maybe that's the best next move. Make sense of it all.
I'm trying to figure out what the connection is with the house 2 doors down. Our house is 22nd, right?
2020th.
Ours is 20th, yeah.
20th. Oh, so well, down the block.
Well, if I had to guess, I would say that whoever these cultists are treating this as their new chapel, and they're the squatters we're looking for. And possibly, maybe they all live at that other address. It was apartments, was it not?
Well, there seems to be one or two ways to go forward. First option is stand here and think about it, or
Sean's slow, easy, main nature would say stay here and think about it, but I think we should probably go to the other house.
Yeah. Seems like the next move.
I wonder if there's some way we could get in the basement of that apartment building.
Without actually entering the building, like direct, like through the front door.
No, like for instance, if Sean here were an inspector, or if Jimmy was going to buy the building, he'd want to inspect the basement and whatever's down there.
Yeah. That would actually make a lot of sense. Jimmy, do you want to pretend to buy a house?
Oh, once again, I've already tried to do that today. I can do it again.
You already spoke to a man about buying the house?
Yeah, some weird paperboy came by, trying to send me cigarettes and newspapers.
Did you buy anything from him?
I bought a newspaper.
Did you look at it?
Nope. I I ran into you before I had a chance to mention it. I've just been holding it underneath my sleeve the entire time.
Well, maybe in the cab ride over you can give it a look.
Isn't it 2 buildings down from where we are now? I wasn't paying attention.
That's the guy from the report was from 27, and then the
Oh, we're
guy
at the
who's buried in the
church
basement
place.
is at
Yes.
20. We're at
Yes,
the
I knew
church.
that. I knew that.
She'll kind of make a. So, what age does being senile start?
30 if you do the right job.
Yeah,
On
saw
the
plenty of
I've
people
never
lose their
worked-
minds in the trenches.
Right?
So
Your back
I
goes out, your
do-
knees.
I do want to jump in here and ask what the fuck you're all doing.
Driving,
I'm gonna
going,
read the paper.
going to the house while Jimmy is reading the paper in the cab ride over.
What
Yes.
house? 20
20.
Sheep Street or 27?
20.
20.
27, the apartment building, right?
Oh, you want to do the
See,
apartment
that's
building?
why
do
I
you?
want
Okay, so here's an
clarification.
idea I'm proposing, and you can tell me if it sounds good or not. And Avery, I'm sorry. So we pose as if Jimmy here is going to buy the building. Avery, you're Jimmy. I'm so sorry. Pretend this is Jimmy. This is pretend.
Oh.
I know what pretend
Avery?
means.
Well, listen to the rest of it. Avery is your young spouse, your young wife,
Oh, this is going to be
and
the acting.
you're going to buy the
acting job of
building
this
for
What?
her. And Sean
I
and
know
I
I'm wildly attractive, but you know, I do consider
we
it
do not
flattery. but-
pretend. Okay, and Sean and I, Sean, maybe you're the contractor, and
I am.
I'm your niece. Then we can all. That makes. I mean, we're all there in support of Jimmy and his new wife. I'm so sorry, Avery. And maybe that way we can find a way into.
Why
the
are you
basement.
apologizing? I treat my wives very well.
It's a lot to ask of anyone. A lot of
Sounds reasonable
pretending.
to me. What are you hoping to
I
find
feel like
here?
I should be.
Thinking about looking in the basement and seeing if we find any. I mean, we know there's a body down there, but you know,
Just
maybe
a
there's
clarification for me. Was that in 20?
Clarification. The body is interred in 20 Sheep Street, not 27. You want to go to the apartment building, which is where Samuel Kerrigan was listed as a resident. 20 Sheep Street is the house you were told to go check out the squatters or whatever the hell was scaring the crews.
And that's where the body's
Okay.
buried.
I'm sorry. I know I should wear my glasses, but they're not fashionable, so I don't. I misread something.
So
that
I need, a
changes things.
I need a revised plan then. Where are you going? 27 or 20?
Do we go
I
right
say,
forward, or do we?
I say
try to
we
see
go
if we
right
can-
for it.
Well, if I had to speak in metaphorical terms, I would say we had about 2 hours left. So I would say cut right to the chase.
May as well. No time like the
Yeah,
present.
I'm not sure we're gonna find much at this apartment building.
True. But what if we go into the one at 20th and we find 55 robed cult members?
Well, that's
That
why I
means we've
brought
done
my
our
gunnies
job.
back. I pat that back. He's been
Nice.
carrying around.
Perfect plan. Can't go wrong.
Right. So 20 Sheep Street.
Yes. I do
Okay.
believe.
I shall read the paper.
We can dissect it in the cab, so we can all have
paper.
different
The
sections.
paper indicates just an average day. You know, there's
Yes,
increasing
yes.
tensions in Europe.
I wonder what that's about. Hopefully, nothing important. You know,
Hmm.
all they've had is just a financial collapse. Nothing important yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just some weird stuff. But mostly American centric.
My stocks are doing well.
Yeah,
Did you know you
absolutely.
can sell art and write it off as part of your taxes?
And on that bit of financial advice, I think we are going to take our first break as you all head to the front door of 20 Sheep Street to investigate what you believe might be a corpse in the basement and whatever this cult had planned for it. Anyway, we will be right back, everybody. So make sure you keep this channel dial locked in. And don't go anywhere because this is going to be a quick break. And when you get back, we promise you more haunts, more spooks, and, well, someone might die because this is the finding out part. So, thank you all so much for joining us thus far. Go take care of yourselves and whatever you need to do to continue to sustain your natural or unnatural lives. And we'll see you right back here. So, welcome back, everybody. If you're just joining us, our group of, I'm thinking of a proper adjective, but I'm just going to say investigators and hope that no one gets too, and we all can kind of just nod our heads at that. Eclectic, that's an adjective. Our group of investigators have, well, they've
Found out so many things.
yeah, they found out a bunch of stuff and done some things and probably overall just feeling a bit better about all that. I just gotta give control to our camera person here. And now have entered 20 Sheaf Street, where they know someone was buried in the basement. What that means, what their plan is, who can say? But it is dark aside from the door appears. We were given a key, but opening it, you did notice that there's several bars that could be thrown across it. Like they've been added on, not recently, but they're older than the original door. A long hallway stretches out before you. Some construction equipment appears to be just at the side, but there's a line of doors heading down the way. And what appears to be at the end of the hallway, one final door to the right and a stairway leading up to the left. You are free to move about the cabin. I do need to know, what is your lighting situation? Because the lights here are not good.
When we first walked in, could we have looked around for some lanterns?
Oh, they don't have those. You do have a light switch you clicked on, and that's what's illuminating this hallway.
I went too far back. We do have electricity. Okay.
Yes, don't worry. They have someone running on a wheel outside. No.
It's an old house. They might have oil lamps in a cupboard somewhere.
Well, why don't you go look in a cupboard somewhere?
Why don't I look in a cupboard in the kitchen? Why not?
I did not write down a flashlight on my character sheet, so.
Oh, that's because 1920s flashlights are straight garbo.
Yeah, it was a bad idea. Never mind.
I mean, a lot of people smoked in the 20s, and maybe one of us has a lighter on us.
Oh, you probably all have lighters.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say. I'll like look through my silk purse, like kind of go fish around the documents that say scary things about the place that we're in and like pull out a lighter.
All right, I'll give you some low light. Let's be generous and say 10 feet. So,
Too
you're
kind.
you're all free to roam about the cabin. Again, you have free control. Let me know what doors you're going in. Ping them for me.
All right, I'm gonna test that one right there.
The far one?
The one right next, little diagonal to me.
The number 2. Oh, sorry. This one.
No, the one before it.
Oh.
Well, why are you ping? Oh, okay, that
one?
one.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
That was me.
You should be able to click it and it should open, I believe.
Yeah.
But yeah, oh, hi. You'll be able to get into the room. It is dark in there, believe it or not. Do you want to feel around for a light switch or what?
Yeah, I'll feel along the wall for a light switch. Dark as a pocket in here.
Okay. A light flicks on somewhat reluctantly. Within, this room is filled with boxes and junk, such as rusted water tanks and old bicycles. At the right end of the room is a cupboard, but seems to have been boarded shut. It
Found
looks like
that
a
cupboard
junk.
you were looking for.
It looks like a junk room mostly.
Yeah.
The floor here is very dusty. It's clear that whatever detritus has been found in this house has been left here. The bicycles appear to be both for adult and children.
Said something about kids. Um,
Some bad things about kids.
yeah.
Well, you will also note that I don't know if Jimmy shared this because Jimmy's not here right now in his mind. Jimmy's kind of staring into space. But there was a mention of a family living here between the time of Corbett and that the father had gone a little, and then the mother had also gone.
Right. I'm assuming we all exchanged information when we all met up, or
We'll
About
say
that
for
child
for-
endangerment.
yeah, we'll say for sake of simplicity that you were quite capable and able of exchanging information. I must know though, is anyone else have a light source on them that I should be aware of, or is it just Avery in the back with the lighter?
I also have a lighter. I have my
Yeah.
sorts.
Yeah, I would say Sean probably has one.
Okay, you all have one hand occupied with lighters. I would like that to be known to everybody.
ah, okay. So we have light, but we only have one free hand. Okay.
So, where to next? There's a junk room to your left.
Yeah, nothing but old junk in there.
Well, what's to the right?
Oh. Well, those two doors open in what appears to be a living room. Contains conventional furnishings, a radio, couch, stuffed chairs, and shelves laden with gewgaws. It's in there. I had to read that word. Gewgaws. You cannot help but notice the unusual quantities of crosses, images of the Virgin, and other Catholic artifacts. Looking around here, it's as if those entering the room, which you can do so with your tokens, you should have access. If you can't move them, let me know now.
I can't see my token.
That's so cool.
Reload.
Oh, I didn't give you vision.
This
There
is
you go.
really
For some,
cool.
oh, you know what? Your token was weird. It kept spawning a second version of you, and so I think that might have been. Anyway, the page is haunted.
My evil twin.
Is that part of the horror? Just all of a sudden there's doubles of us?
Yeah.
Anyway, can you see them now? Entering into the room, there is a number. I mean, when I say the room is covered in crosses, this is. If a hoarder was organized enough to have the ability to put things on the walls rather than on the floor. Better example, and I don't mean to call people out, but Lonnie's background with plants and James with books, imagine that crosses.
Oh wow.
Take
You are
plants
still
any
super
day.
muted, James.
I'm sorry.
Avery isn't particularly religious, but I think she will take signs of the excess of crosses and see if she can grab one off the walls.
It's a bunch
is-
of T's.
Bunch of lowercase t's. How odd. They are nailed in. It appears quite haphazardly. There are some, pictures of the Virgin Mary and other what seem to be religious reliquary items on some cabinets if you'd like to collect some of those.
She's still clutching onto the book that is literally like just probably demon spells and stuff like that. So
demon spells.
Sorry, just regular everyday happy little witch spells that are not of any consequence. So she'll probably feel weird like trying to dig too deep into trying to collect one. She kind of thought they just kind of, have a nail that they're like hooked onto, not actually like nailed into the wall. So she'll probably give up. If they're not easily accessible.
Okay.
Sean's gonna poke into the next room. Look around.
Sure thing.
Believe in spooks and specters.
You entering into the next room, you have a dining room. This is quite obviously a dining room, complete with a long mahogany table, built-in sideboard, and 7 chairs. 3 places are set and unused. Seems like by the smell that whatever was sitting in a tureen is rotting.
Dear
Well,
God,
doesn't
it
look
smells
like
horrible.
anything at dinner. Is there anything in any of the cabinets?
In the dining room? There's no
Yeah.
cabinets in the dining room.
Oh, I thought you said there was like
Built-in sideboard and 7
Oh.
chairs.
Okay. I just assume that the soup or whatever's gone bad. Smells something awful in here. They sure do love Jesus.
As you mentioned that something sure does smell awful, you hear what appears to be a thump upstairs. Best approximation I could do off the top of the hand is this.
Dare you?
And it catches you all. I don't think anyone here, you know there's squatters maybe, but it's coming from upstairs. And then moving along to a different spot.
Does it
Did
sound
you-
like someone's like distinctively knocking on the floor, or is it like
No,
movement of
more-
like footsteps above
More
us?
movement of footsteps.
Okay. And there is an upstairs, correct? It's not
You haven't
like
investigated that far, but you did see a staircase leading upward.
okay. Well, I mean, from the front of the house, sometimes you can tell
Oh,
if it's
yeah.
a 1-story or
It's
2.
So the thing you were looking at before when I mentioned you were in the neighborhood, that's the house.
Yes. Okay. Okay. So
It's a 2-story home with assuredly a basement somewhere.
one can
Anyway.
only hope. We've
You all heard
mention of
that,
it.
right?
Oh yeah. For the record, I'd like to grab the smallest loose cross I can and just put it in my pocket.
Absolutely.
Well, I guess that would be the squatters.
So
That would
do you
be
think that?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, do you think that means they know we're here? How loud have we been?
I didn't hear any indication you were being quiet, so I assumed average volume.
Depending on the make of the house, could still mean that maybe they just maybe heard muffled sounds and couldn't tell it was from our direction.
At this point, Sean's gonna like unsling. He's gonna put his lighter away, and he's gonna unsling the gunny sack off his back, and he's gonna unroll it, and out comes a 30-30 lever action Winchester, and he racks
Oh,
it.
that gun is adorable. And I put down the suit rack I pushed away the side of the suit and pulled out my big ass gun and put some ammo in my pockets.
We haven't even seen anybody yet.
Well,
You never know. They could be armed, dangerous, or worse, poor.
they it could be large raccoons.
I think I broke our keeper.
No, you're good. Just taking that note for later.
He's unbreakable.
More's merrier, and I'll get mine out of my little hidden guard belt.
Well then, I have only one question. Where are you going next?
I say we go upstairs.
We have to figure out, did we find a staircase already, or?
We saw one at the end of
Down-
the hallway.
Down the hall.
Is it
Oh.
back? Oh, okay.
Well, I need everyone there just to confirm the order you're walking up in.
Okay.
Sean will take the lead.
Okay.
I'll take the rear.
Jimmy, you want to
Since
stack
you're not-
yourself up there as I move you all up? I'm doing it one at a time. All right, you all ascend the staircase. Upper floors, again, that similar coating of dust. It doesn't appear to have any tracks of anything through it. No indication this is a occupied space, but that sound you heard was from above you, so it goes to prove that it was further down the hall. Maybe the last door, you'd guess.
We may as well say hello. I'm sure they know we're here by now.
Jimmy, you want to clear that room to our right just to be safe?
Yeah, I got it. And I'll back up against the wall and carefully open the door and then quickly, duck or cover.
No sound goes other than the slow of a door.
I look in.
It is a dark bathroom. Containing, from what you can see from the exterior lights, sink, bathtub, water closet with overhead tank. Towels and other possessions are still here, typical to a family of four. But the tub seems to be filled with a liquid you can't quite discern from this distance.
I would like somebody with a light to come with me, please. There is a weird liquid in the tub, and my curiosity has been piqued.
At least
That's-
it wasn't the toilet.
I did
Serious
get worried
liquids
about
aren't
that
my
first.
thing.
Don't worry, young missus. I have a gun.
Yes, but if it's blood,
What's wrong with blood?
All right.
well, it's unsanitary.
Of course it's unsanitary. I feel like this entire house is unsanitary.
I feel like I would go up to the door and hold my light out and let him investigate the blood.
All
Or
right.
goo, whatever it is.
I'm intelligent. I know what I'm doing. And I walk in. I investigate the tub.
Okay, how are you doing that?
Well, hoping that Jezebel is following, I would like to get close to the tub and try to ascertain the liquid. If it's like a dark crimson, then we are going to have problems. And if it's a dark brown, we have even worse problems.
How are you ascertaining, assuming Jezebel is not following you in?
Poorly, I guess. Going off smell.
So it was a 10-foot radius of light from our lighters, right?
Yeah, it's it's actually be accurately represented.
Is there a light
Yeah.
switch in here?
If it's blood, it'll smell a lot like copper.
I keep forgetting their lights.
Yes, you can reach.
We
for,
have modern technology.
Jezebel,
I
you can
reach
reach
for a
for
light.
a. You
Making
flick
very
the
okay.
switch. You hear as a bulb above you pops.
You hear an instant cock of a gun. It's just like, what the fuck was that?
It was a light bulb, Jimmy.
Okay.
Sounds like it's going well in there, Avery.
Do you want to check the tub?
I would like to check the tub.
How are you checking the tub?
I go off smell first. You know, we're gonna
It
do the
doesn't
scientific
smell
factor.
of really anything. Though there's a soft bloop, bloop, bloop.
I'd like to check the ceiling to see if there's like a leak.
Nope. Seems the bloop seems to be coming from the faucet leading to the tub.
I turn off the faucet. I turn it the rest of the way.
It seemed to already be done like that.
Ah. Whoever was in this house last had some really shitty plumbing.
I mean, you know the people who were here last.
Well, I mean, I do, and they had really shitty plumbing. I told them so even back then.
Well, not that you personally knew them, but Mr. Dooley told you about them.
Exactly. No wonder why they went mad. Their plumbing was in total ruins. How do you check a liquid of a tub?
You could put your hand in.
Yeah, I'm gonna put my hand in.
You
Okay.
dip your hand in and pull water from it and pull liquid from it and go and do you like look at it in the light or
Yeah. I'm
You-
gonna like pick some up and then like hold it to the light so I can see it a little bit better.
you turn around and in the light of it appears sanguine and its goop covers and drips off your hands. It seems to almost increase in volume. And I need you to
Ugh.
make a sanity check because Jezebel, you see that as Jimmy potentially freaks out, he's holding water. It's not fresh water, but need that sanity check, please.
I gotta find my character sheet. There we go. Saturday, guys, we're so good at this. I'd like to push my luck, please.
You can't push on a sanity roll, so here's a d4. It's 4.
What does that do?
You lose 4 sanity.
Oh,
As
excuse
you
me as I properly react to this.
Jimmy, pour people water is not going to harm you. I know it feels
It's so wrong,
different
Color!
than you're used to. It's
you
okay.
go to splash the
Yeah,
you splash the blood off your hand and you look back and your hand's completely clear now.
It's magic water. Wait, magic's not real. It's clear water.
It was
It was like it was never there. Is my head
Sean,
wet?
We really were.
I was gonna say Avery will probably like lean back into Sean and be like, "You still think it's going well?"
Do
Hard
you
to
really
tell
want
with
him to
that
have the
one.
shotgun? I don't want him behind me with the shotgun.
I hear you whispering out there. Is my hand wet? Would anyone like to shake my hand to double check if it's dry?
Avery starts walking down the hallways.
all right.
Not even humoring it.
Other two while you're doing that. What have you two been doing up to?
Is there a room off to my right at all, or is it
Nope.
just the two?
Those are
doors on
our
the left?
windows.
Okay.
There's
Okay.
3 doors actually.
I'm going to open that first door that I'm right next
Okay.
to there.
You should be able to click on it and open it.
Yep.
Oh, there you go.
Just gonna peek in. Gun at the
So,
ready.
this room seems to contain a bed frame, bed springs, and a dresser. This appears absolutely unused.
Now, is there a mattress on the bed, or is it just the frame?
Here, it's just a bed frame.
Okay, so I can see clearly that, whether there's nothing obstructing me from seeing what's under the bed then.
Absolutely. It appears completely empty, though. Make me a listen.
Probably suck at that too. Uh, Listen.
Anyone in this room can, who's looking into this room, can make a listen.
That is a failure on my part.
Okay.
I'll give it a go too once I find listen, although I didn't put any points into it. So, ooh, very attentive right now.
You hear it's almost difficult, especially Sean. I imagine you're moving the bed frame around and trying to hear things, so that.
Yeah.
But Avery, you hear a slight, like scratching sound, like tiny little hands on wood, just behind what appears to be a covered window. Like the curtains have been drawn in this room.
Sean, what, stop moving the bed for a second, and she'll keep listening, and it's still happening, I'm assuming.
Absolutely. Well, it starts and stops.
Okay, but like, so like, it's different than the sound of him like scraping the bed, kind of
Yeah,
moving it around.
absolutely.
Okay. She'll kind of like brush past where Sean is like fiddling around with the bed, and kind of with like the toe of her shoe, she'll kind of like see if she can part the curtains a little bit.
Sean, what are you doing in this moment?
She asked me to stop fiddling with the bed, so I just stand up and I'm kind of watching what she's doing.
How closely?
Probably just off to one side of her.
I need both of you to make me spot hidden checks.
Damn, that's one of my better stats too.
This is gonna suck. Okay. Avery, as you what do you do as you approach this curtain, as you go to check it out?
Like I said, I kind of like use the toe of my foot to kind of like part the curtains a little bit. And I'm trying to see if maybe it's like something on the floor, kind of like stuck in between.
You
Is
part
it, does it go, do the curtains go all the way to the floor?
Yes, you part
Okay.
the curtains as a small leathery tail disappears, it seems, into a hole nearby. However, what I need you to make the spot hidden for isn't to notice that. You're hit with a great amount of force as, Sean, you see that bed frame hurl itself across the room and smack into Avery, knocking her out the window.
Out the window.
I need you to make me a sanity check, and I need Avery here to take 7 hit points.
It wasn't me. I can die first.
Oh my lord. That's a big raccoon.
Okay, so you are also going to take a 4 sanity loss.
Good lord.
So my threshold for taking a major wound is only 5.
So why don't you make me a Constitution check right now?
Okay.
As Raiders, you're just in time to see one of my. Hey, you remain conscious.
But I'm on the first floor of a 2-story building out of nowhere.
Choose a. I will say, your entire arm you're holding your lighter with feels like it might be broken. So I need you to go ahead and on your sheet, your major wound, I believe, just check that off, because basically, if you were to be whittled down to your health, you'd be bleeding out. Now, if you go down, that's showtime.
Just to be clear, is my like, so you said bleed out, so does that mean that my bone is like protruding through my skin?
No. You just feel it's broken.
Okay.
Like, you aren't in continuous danger. You just feel like, oh, that doesn't feel good. Like, if you hold it steady, it shouldn't be a problem.
Okay. So conveniently enough, I decided to wear a scarf. So, guess who has a splint now?
A very stylish one.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. It's the newest style in French medicine, Milan medicine.
Okay, this game might actually be haunted because Sean just showed up again on the bottom floor. I don't know why. But
Guys, we are duplicating. We have won the game.
It was me all along.
Avery, you sling yourself really quick. Do you? Oh my God! Hi, Neil. We just watched one of our investigators be knocked out the window by a bed frame.
Told you not
And
to
you
rock the bed.
You sling yourself around, and are you just walking right back in? I imagine it's been a bit of a limp.
With my broken arm?
Yeah. Well, you ever been?
You still
I
hit the
fell out
rest
of
of your
yeah, I
body.
fell out of I know.
You still
I'm
hurt.
just joking that you said I fell out of a window and broke my arm and now I'm limping. Yeah,
Yeah, you've fallen before.
I have that moment of like realizing that my arm's broken, trying to like pick myself up with just one arm. And I like sit there for a second, kind of contemplate just leaving to go get medical help, and then I look up at the window that I just fell out of and I'm like, I guess I can't just ditch and I can't just leave in this moment. Something worse is probably in there. So she'll go back in.
Absolutely. And let me move you to the appropriate spot on the map.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone else, you just heard a loud crash as one of your friends seems to have been, as Jean, you're giving a large yelp as your friend was defenestrated.
Yeah, he's. You're gonna see Sean back like slowly out of the room, and he's like pale, like shock white, and it's like, Avery fell out the
Sean?
window.
What's she playing by the
excuse me?
window for?
Well, there was a bed, and then it moved, and I don't know. I don't know. She fell out the window.
Do you know any kind of medicine? Either of you.
No, can't
Yes.
say as I do.
Okay. Can I run? Just gonna run downstairs and try to see if she's okay. And I don't know if I can assist her in any way, but
Well, do you have any medicine or first aid?
I don't. But maybe she can like lean on me as we walk up the stairs.
Okay.
To Jimmy.
Assuming the two of you
I have-
up. Yeah, Jimmy, what are the two of you doing?
I look at Sean. and just,
Sean's
like,
pretty
look.
rattled right now.
I give him I meet him at his eye level and just go, listen, okay? We know beds cannot move unless there's something acting upon it.
Do you look into
You
the
just
room as
did-
you say this?
No, not at all. That back completely to the room, just looking dead at Sean.
Yeah, because Sean
Listen.
sees the bed frame.
Yeah. Oh, I just imagine it's just like, look, nothing's really happened.
I don't care what you're seeing because it's not happening.
It's not real, Sean. It's not real.
I guess you're right.
Look, maybe she accidentally tripped and fell, and then, it happened to be like her clothes got caught on the bed frame a little bit, and so the bed frame moved, and when she fell out the window. Really, come on, what's more reasonable of an explanation here? That, a bed could move and defenestrate somebody, or she just happened to fall.
You're making a lot of sense. I suppose you're right. She must have got
Of course.
tangled up somehow.
This is the only explanation that we could possibly muster to give it a situation like this. Us with
Well,
our very high intelligence scores.
Yeah, we should see if she's all right. I suppose.
That's true. Let's go find out. I will take one little peek into the room, and before we leave, just like do like a quick eyeball glance.
Oh,
through.
that bed frame is absolutely hanging out like it was forced to break open that window.
Yeah, no, she clearly grabbed onto it as she was falling out, trying to get recovery.
Mm-hmm. Anyway.
People of this time, day and age, those youngsters and their clumsiness.
Well, with Avery rejoining the group, such as it is, anything else you would like to check out?
I will hand over my lighter to I think Jimmy doesn't have a lighter. Does anyone else not have
Oh,
one?
no, but I have a gun.
Yeah, I put mine away to use my gun.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
let's
if-
clear this other room then before we check the basement. Stay away from any
Are you-
windows, last.
Are you doing okay? And I give him a look over.
She'll kind of like move her arm a little bit to be like this, like to kind of like show you that her arm is probably broken, and then she'll realize it was a bad idea and like wince.
So what
I'll
I'm
survive.
understanding is your arm hurts. Well, at
Very
least let me.
observant of you. Yeah.
I'm gonna do a first aid just to see if I can get like a full rundown of like all the current stuff, like things that are wrong visually. Is that cool?
So that'd be
It's
like a
cool with
medicine
me.
check.
I don't know if it's
It's
cool
good
with
enough
her,
with
but-
me. I I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna
What do you-
override the keeper.
What do you know? What are you trying to do exactly?
First aid.
I want to just
First aid. Yeah, roll a first aid check.
I actually do have that. I
Fuck
forgot
me.
about it.
You basically
much-
get like a few points into poking and trying to move the arm and
Wait,
decide.
hold on.
Oh, do you want to spend 21 luck? Or do you want to push the roll and potentially put Avery in more danger?
Can I also
I
try?
have 0 luck somehow. I feel like something went wrong
We
with
already-
my character.
You
I had like
already
a
realized
we
this.
already established you
I
should
didn't
have more
fix
luck.
it. Okay, I will try my best.
So after so after Jimmy kind of like pokes and prods at it, I'm like, oh, let me give it a shot. And I sit there and I'm just kind of like analyzing it just from an outsider's perspective, like this is how it feels, and
You
I
managed to
roll.
get your sling into a proper spot. You think you can at least get it into a place where a proper doctor can reset the bone without too much damage if you hold it here.
Okay. So I know this is probably obvious, but you said the hand that I was holding the lighter in, which
Yeah.
I'm assuming was probably my dominant hand, but I'm kind of hoping maybe I was like smart enough to be like my non-dominant hand so I can open a door.
Honestly, if I'm holding a light source, it's always with a non-dominant one. It's kind of up to
Okay.
you. I'm not going to dictate what arm is busted, but one of your arms is busted.
I would like it to be my non-dominant arm, please.
Sounds fine to me. You are holding a lighter in your non-dominant hand, so you could push open doors with your preferred arm. And now that arm is in a sling of some kind. Anyway,
Fantastic.
hey, I see someone wants to be curious about more things on the third floor.
Yep. Sean's
The second
gonna
floor.
open that door and peek his head in.
Reminder, you don't have a lighter. Do you want to turn on the lights in this room, though?
Yeah, I will fumble on the wall for the lights.
Okay. Lights turn on, and you're quickly greeted with 2 small beds, so it appear to be a few scattered toys and dressers. Pictures of aircraft and cowboys mark this room's whole bedroom.
I think I found the kitty's room. Anything interesting in there aside from that?
No, other than they seem really into cowboys and airplanes. But that's most kids.
I will try spot hidden just to see if there's.
Sure thing. Don't see anything out of the order.
And that's
Can
the
I give
only
it a
other
go as
door
well?
up here.
Sure.
Doesn't seem to be anything in there. Why don't you have a look?
Don't seem to be anything in there. You're free to spend
Well, we
your
know
luck.
we hurt someone or something.
Probably just
Up
squirrels
here.
running in the rafters. We should probably check the
No.
basement.
I will note, though you can't see it for those of the light source, the hallway does continue on beyond these two doors.
May as well take a peek.
Sean, I appreciate your moving forward as if you have a light source right now.
Yeah.
You could just, let me. Boop. I'm going to use you as a light source to illuminate the rest of this.
Lead the way, lass.
I will say that Avery isn't gonna be discouraged to keep looking because the fact that she just got thrown out a window by a bed that just moved by itself is kind of just confirmation of weird things, and that just kind of makes her more determined. So, she'll help out if you need a light source.
I'm gonna edge into the room and check for a light on the wall.
Absolutely. Turning it on. An ordinary bedroom. Double bed, bookshelf, window view.
I'm eyeballing the bed very suspiciously.
There's also, as one might expect, a great number of crosses and candles. Rosary and a breviary rest on a table beside the bed. Also by the picture and the names on the pictures, you ascertain this is the room of Vittorio and Gabriella.
This is in the room where the bed got
No.
thrown at me.
No,
No.
that was number 3. This is number 1. Entirely different room.
Well, no, I was just I was just wondering if it was just not mentioned that there were crosses in there, or if there
Nope.
just weren't any. So,
No crosses
Okay.
in that room.
are any of the crosses in this room not nailed down as severely?
Oh no. They're in there.
I'm gonna sleight of hand and take that rosary. Or I'm not.
Everyone sees you as a clack of rosary beads against each other.
I look at him guilty, like, what?
But that's probably a good idea. I'll take my cross out if I can and try to put it on my beads and just wear it so it's visible.
Mm-hmm.
Well, nothing up here. We should go down.
Hold on, question. I see everybody's taking out crosses. If we don't happen to follow this particular deity, is this like a prerequisite thing, or
Well,
I'm
my
confused
thinking
why?
is whoever was here before seemed to think it would work. And I'm out of...
You realize they went to the madhouse, both of them.
But they got out, didn't they?
I mean, technically, Avery did also get out. If we're gonna get semantic here,
Yeah.
and I shall pull out the Star of David and just be like, okay, we're good.
I figure one God's as good as another.
It's all under the same branch. It's not as weird as, bed frames slamming into people and sending them out of windows.
Thought we agreed that didn't happen.
It didn't, exactly. That was the point. It's far less weird to believe in God than moving beds.
Is that what you all were doing while I was outside on the ground deciding that I wasn't hit by a bed that just flew out of nowhere?
We were trying to make understand. No, can you really blame us for trying to understand the reason with what we have seen in this case?
I think there's not much more to understand other than the fact that a bed was thrown.
How could a
Somehow.
bed be thrown at you?
I don't know, but it seems like there are
Exactly.
strange things in this house. And then Avery will kind of turn on her heel and start walking downstairs, and like partially down the hallway. She'll be like, "Are we not checking the basement?"
I think we should.
All right.
Can I try one more spot hidden before we leave?
Absolutely.
Oh, I don't like that sound.
He's really hoping we're gonna find something that we're not finding.
And you
Am I?
just see Cthulhu eyeballing you the entire time.
Would you like to
I
spend?
knew
Would
it.
you like to spend 4 luck?
Yes, please.
Find nothing out of the ordinary. A lot of religious paraphernalia, and a lot of, well, old photos, some dresses, some formal clothes for a man and a woman.
Can she spot which one
Okay,
of
guess
Though
it's
the?
you
basement.
also find what appears to be carved into the wall in a spot behind the, just behind the dresser.
Okay, well, we found another funny friend, the that
And
thing.
and looking around the room, you do spot a second one. They're hidden, but they're there. This is more scratched than actually more etched as they were in the temple. Or the Church of Contemplation, rather.
Did we notice in the other room with all the crosses? Were they there too, or we just never found out?
No one bothered to look.
Okay.
I
Well,
got distracted by a tub with weird liquid in it.
I got distracted by rancid soup.
See, very, you know what? Avery was right. Very weird things are going on. Soup should never smell bad.
Damn it, sorry, your clone
Okay.
popped up again.
Oh my
I
God,
thought we
Sean.
would
I
only
feel like
find
we
those
already
in the
have-
basement.
I'll start moving people down.
John is like Agent Smith in the last Matrix.
God, don't remind me of that movie. I had a
That's
life
the
of
true horror.
So, I will note. The door of the basement has a lock and 3 bolts. Only accessible from what appears to be your side. Below,
Something was locked in there.
I'm sure it's fairly standard issue to have locks on the basement.
Okay, why would they try to lock something down there if they were trying? Were they trying to summon that dark man in the papers that you found?
I
Is
don't
that
know
Sean?
I don't know that they were summoning something. It just mentioned that there was one, and he was granting people favors.
And we know they abducted children. Although,
Probably locked him in the basement, you think?
Sounded like they were using them as shields.
You'll recall the police raid report was at the Church of Contemplation.
Mm-hmm.
That's why that was burned down, and this wasn't.
With all this talk, I think Avery would want to see if she could try to have another go at the book that she has. She's holding it awkwardly with one hand.
hold it up for you.
Thank you.
Why don't you make me another Latin check?
Okay. Ooh. I got
That's
it.
always a good sound.
Okay, so you are able to identify this as the Liberi Vonis.
Mhm.
Cursory look at it, deals with matters of an occult nature. You'll need to dedicate a bit more time than just a quick look, but I will say reading the contents of this book, even at a glance, and the things it hints at, the Keeper of Secrets,
Sanity check.
yeah, sanity check,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Oh,
Oh no. I get thrown out a window. I mean, of course, I'm more susceptible after I get thrown out of a window by a mystery bed hitting me. So
I'm telling you, that didn't happen.
It's not real. It can't be.
she has a moment where if you guys are actually saying this, she has a moment where she kind of just like explodes for a second of like, it happened. And then she like pauses and goes back into her usual
Are you okay? Or are you delirious?
I'm
Well, it
fine.
either happened or one of
This
you pushed
book
her
is
out
just-
the window.
I was with
Oh,
you, so you know I can't have pushed her out the window. I'm not
You-
God.
So did it happen, Sean?
Avery,
fell out the window.
you're going to lose
2.
4 sanity.
4.
Oof, oof.
Oh, you think
That's
I'm
Rolling
rolling?
rude.
hot on those d4s.
Well,
Right?
no. Yeah, I
I
rolled
don't-
a
she-
2,
No.
but it's +2.
She fell out the window. The bed moved. It all happened fast. I can't say what happened for sure.
I will say, as this conversation is going on, Avery, you delve in, and this book seems, even at a glance, to mention, he who waits in darkness, the granter of secrets, and I feel your mind finally snaps and becomes more elastic as you read the first syllable of a name, Satha.
Whispered under her breath.
And you just like reel, and your kind of blank expression leaves you unable to complete the rest. A more thorough reading in the future, assuming you survive, would grant you more info.
GM.
But keeper, but yes.
Keeper. Okay, I didn't think this would actually ever come up. And I kind of half did it as a joke. But hearing the word Sagath, I have yeah, exactly. I have Hebrew as one of my languages.
You can try
Could
to
I
make a
see if
Hebrew
that-
roll on this, absolutely.
Okay. Ignore where it says English first. I failed, never mind. Man, that sounds like a weird language.
You can spend 6 luck.
True, I will do that. I will. Oh my god, I know.
You don't have to do a
didn't
check
spend it.
for it.
I didn't mean to
but
click that. I meant to
no,
hit
you're good.
edit
You're
mode
good.
and-
You can identify that while it may contain notes of Hebrew, it is not Hebrew.
Okay.
The way in which it's
quickly-
said, Satha, doesn't work. It almost sounds Hebrew, maybe a bit Egyptian, that the tongue doesn't capture it correctly. Anyway,
Yes,
there's a
Study is
staircase.
in the wrong place.
But
Just for
I will give you this, Avery. As your mind stops, your eyes can continue on. The full name of the of this thing is Sathagwa.
Oh yeah, it's definitely not Hebrew. There's no W sound in Hebrew.
So
I just
The
wrote it down in
basement.
my notes, probably totally wrong spelling for that, but the way I'll remember it.
your mind can comprehend the correct spelling, so it's fine.
That's fine. Cool.
The stairs below you are in poor repair, and there is a light switch.
I flipped the switch.
Well, rather than popping, it doesn't seem to work. You can
Somebody
tell
follow
that
me with a lighter.
the walls of the basement are lined with closely fitted boards.
Can I try bringing the cross towards the book and see if there's any reaction at all?
Have you ever put a cross near a book that seems kind of weird?
I have not personally, no.
I have.
Maybe not while I'm holding it in my good hand.
Maybe you want to set it down on the counter. And
You said it.
I'll try it.
It's happening. Nothing happens.
Yeah, with a shot.
And then a portal opens, and then and weird tentacles come out.
Yeah, you all die. No.
I mean, I'm basically
Tentacles
already there
fall,
anyway.
everyone dies.
So
Liberi Vonus is Latin. Bible's in Latin.
Yeah.
I'm a Protestant.
Anyway,
Houses of English.
the
I'm a heathen, I don't know
the
these
way
things.
the way down, you have a staircase. So I need to know who's going down the stairs and in what order.
Someone follow me with a lighter, please.
Okay, I will.
Okay, I'm gonna put you in the order here. Jimmy
I'm gonna
and
take
Avery.
over. I'm gonna go behind Avery and just be like, if something comes from the back, at least
All
I'll
right,
have a gun.
Tell
to
you what,
protect
before you decide to go down,
thank you.
Sean, please make me a dexterity or climb test.
Oh, awesome.
Can you go downstairs?
Jezebel, because you're following the lighter, why don't you make the same check?
So I can roll just the straight dexterity, right?
Absolutely. A. So those at the top of the stairs watch as the two of them descend as a pair and seem to, out of nowhere, it feels like the steps have kind of shifted on you, like there's a bit too much distance between the one you just took and the next one. And you both take a momentary tumble, but kind of like clasping each other and the wall, you're able to descend. And I'll pull you two down to the basement.
Let's go.
For a second, I thought it was like that stair trap from Salem's Lot. Whew.
What's Salem's Lot? I've never heard of a title such as that.
Oh,
Went
it's a
another-
town in Maine. Best not to
And-
go
Oh,
there at
really?
night.
Anyway, second group.
Avery starts walking down the stairs, and even though she's a little nervous about Jimmy having such a big gun right behind her, she also appreciates knowing that hopefully he has the intention to protect.
I need the two of you to make the same check, dexterity or climb.
Watch out, that first step's a doozy.
First step is
Gee
absolutely
golly
not a doozy in your
willikers.
case.
Let's see, dexterity or climb. Dexterity it is.
Jimmy, as you're making your way down the stairs, you all of a sudden miss a step. And Avery, as you reach the bottom, Jimmy tumbles down, almost feeling like, well, unless you want to make a push.
You know what? Yeah, let's do it. How do I just roll again?
Absolutely.
Success.
Hey,
Okay, good.
you start to tumble down and then catch yourself on that last step and step with confidence onto the floor with everyone else.
It wasn't falling, it was tumbling with style.
Oh, you're right there, Jimmy.
I feel great. I think I might have pulled a hernia, but you know.
I'll have that on the big jobs.
I should see a doctor after this.
I think ladies first in this case. Gestures to Avery's arm.
Worst fall that's happened today, so lucky for that.
You are entered into what is basically complete darkness aside from the lights you've brought. It's a smallish room scattered with tools, pipes, trash can lid, lumber, nail screws, and it's just a mess.
Is it a metal trash can?
Yeah, just a trash can lid, not a full trash can.
Oh, not a full trash can.
Any light
Only we
switches
had
down
the
here?
whole can.
There was a light switch at the top of the stairs. It didn't seem to work.
Yeah. The can was a good idea.
Yeah, figured we could start a hobo heater, but doesn't seem to be the rest of the can.
No.
Well, there does seem to be another door beyond there, but
I get a little light up here.
Avery will hand the lighter to somebody, but if she holds it, then she's gonna have no ability to do anything other than be a light source. So
okay, well, best move yourself around to be a light source. Opening that door.
Yeah.
Seems to be looking in. Storage bin. Probably once intended for coal. The door of the outside coal chute's been nailed firmly shut.
Spot hidden.
I mean, sure, you want to investigate this room. You absolutely can.
Oh, jeez, I'm gonna spend some luck points.
You gonna spend 2 luck?
Yeah.
Neither of you seem to notice anything, though. Jimmy, hold there. You were hanging out in storage, weren't you, Jimmy?
I was looking at my gun. I got
As
distracted.
the lights only come from the other side of the room, in this, well, moment of darkness, I need you to make me. You hear a slight clatter, and I need you to make me a dodge roll with a disadvantage, basically, penalty dice. As something flies towards you.
Dodge. So that's a failure.
Ooh,
Or
would you
hold on.
look at that? Not the only person getting
Failure.
things thrown at them.
How's it feel, Jimmy?
Listen, you poor mongrel!
Okay.
You dare attack someone of higher socioeconomic status than you? I have a gun!
As do I.
You feel a hit as you feel a sudden stab into your side, literally a stab of a knife into your side, as you're going to take 3 damage. It's glancing, but you all hear Jimmy outside grunt, and the sharp pain as feels like something metal enters and then exits you very quickly.
I shoot.
Make me a firearms check with 2 penalty die.
So I can use rifle / shotgun, right?
Yeah.
Okay. 2, 1, 2.
Roll me another bonus penalty. So that would be a 99.
That's
what does
bad,
that do?
right?
What is, if you'll remind me, the malfunction
Oh,
for your rifle?
oh.
Turk.
You couldn't
My
have planned
friend.
it, folks. You couldn't have planned it better.
The more elaborate the make them, the
I
more
don't-
they're prone to mass.
I don't feel like we should really look into the details. It's actually 100.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
You fire off quickly into the dark, and you don't even with the flash of powder exploding out, you see nothing. There's no person there that you're expecting.
I've shot and hit something.
The rest of you, I assume, come running out of the room.
Yeah. Jimmy, what happened? What's going on? Are you all right?
Oh wait, that's not it. There we go.
I'm bleeding.
Oh, did
Heading out.
someone get stabbed by an entity?
Hold on. Before you start mocking him, are you walking out of there with a light source? Because you're all still sitting in the room on the map. I need you to move your butts out there.
I
Yeah.
wanted to look for, like, I'm in a coal room, so I wanted to look for like a poker or like, a heavy shovel or.
There's a shovel here you can have, yeah. But shovel is a
Okay.
2-handed thing.
It is, alright, never mind.
You
I'll
can
make a
one-hand a
first
shovel. Just it'll be difficult.
As Avery brings the light source out, you all see a knife floating in the air. I need you all to make sanity checks.
Just a normal knife. Clearly, someone's holding it, and we just can't see it.
It's gotta be wires or something. Some trick.
Yeah, it's something, all right. It's not something
right.
I understand.
Everybody but Jezebel, take 1 sanity loss. Jezebel, you are going to lose also 1 sanity, it turns out.
Okay.
I love that. It's just, yeah, that's a weird looking knife. That's just, there's some reason there.
Has anyone gotten past their breaking point yet? Or rather, their indefinite insanity loss?
What?
That's when you get
Oh,
under the
no.
number that's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm
Not the number, not going
You lose
under the
that
number that's
amount.
there, but losing that amount in this day as a total.
Oh no,
Like
not
where
yet.
you were.
Okay.
Okay. Just asking.
I'm too
Anyway,
stupid for that.
Yes.
anyway,
The total? Yes, far below. 32, and mine is 19 for indefinite.
sorry, you've
It's
gotten to
infinity.
No, I lost 32 points.
you've lost
Total?
32 points total
Out here.
today.
I
How?
Insanity?
believe so.
No,
Out of
that
99?
is
We haven't even rolled that.
no.
No.
no,
You
no. How
started
much
with like
have you-
60 something.
Yeah, I
Or-
started
Okay.
at 55.
Oh, I thought
started
we were
at
doing it out of
65.
99. Sorry. I didn't. Yeah.
No,
I'm
not the
okay.
difference. You're what you started with on the left side, and if you've lost that amount, the next one definite insanity. Okay. Anyway, there's a knife in the air. What are y'all doing?
I'm gonna shoot it.
I'm gonna
Alright,
pick up
or
that spin
Disarm
lady.
the person holding it.
You shoot the knife. Roll damage on the knife.
All right. Let me see. That's into combat, right? Boom. Did that work? S. Damage 9.
9. Yeah, no, you shoot this as you fire your rifle at this, and the knife spins and clears across the room. For a moment, it's completely motionless. You're once again in a basement. Plattered junk about.
This is damn peculiar.
Maybe the person dropped it and ran away when you started shooting at them. I'm gonna
You saw
investigate
as
this
well
trash.
as
invisible
we all
person?
did that there was nobody holding that.
I was more paying attention to the knife than the person holding it.
Avery
be
is gonna
some
go
sort of
over
trick.
towards where the knife ricocheted.
You see what appears to be a busted knife.
She picks it up.
It tilts, and its blade have basically been like blistered and split, so you're really just holding the handle with a bit of metal on the end.
Shoot my own horn, but that was a crack shot.
Yes, they can't stick us with the pointy end anymore.
Can I look at the walls and see if we see any of the little eyeball symbols?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Would you like to
That
spend
being
9
said-
luck?
Sean does still have the knife covered.
Sorry, only roll once, but you want
I
to
have
spend.
exit.
Oh, you're good. You want to spend 9 luck?
Yes, please.
Absolutely. You do notice a symbol, a pretty much larger than the others. It's in the basement right here. You can see my ping. Appears to be on one of the loosely packed, loosely fit together floor, wall boards, I guess is the right word for them.
Okay. Last time we saw a symbol around some rickety boards we fell through. So there's probably, I would guess, something behind those. There's a shovel in the other room. Do you want to make through? What do you want to do?
Yeah, if there's a shovel in the other room, Sean will go in and get it and see if he can't see if there's something behind there.
Absolutely. You go and grab a shovel. It's the plan to, I assume.
It looked like there's something behind it, right? Like a space.
Well, can't tell for certain. The floorboards are packed together.
I'm just gonna try to pry on the floorboards and see if anything pops up.
Sure. Make
Well-
me a burly strength check. But while you're doing that, Jezebel, why don't you tell me what you're doing?
I wondered if I could pick up that bin lid and kind of guard his back while he's trying to break through.
Well, that plumbing might be shit, but these floorboards are nailed down quite good.
Carpentry is often a very overlooked skill.
trash bin up, protecting it. You aren't able to make a lot of purchase, but they're old enough. Why don't you make roll with a bonus die?
All right.
So don't roll again, just hit the bonus penalty die.
And where is that located?
It's just on your roll in the feed.
Oh, okay.
You see the results.
I
says
see.
Bonus.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. There we go.
Yo, still too tough.
Yeah.
84, not much better than a 94.
Must be Ironwood.
Okay.
Can't really ask. Can't really ask the strongest member to help because he just doesn't have.
I think I can still be able to do it. I like, I'm assuming the gun is still a little hot because I
Yeah,
fired it.
absolutely.
I like cauterize my wound.
I mean, I guess.
Yeah,
It's
problem
not gonna
solved.
be that hot.
Okay, never mind then.
It's not like an
really
automatic.
gonna-
It's not like you.
I also
that's
have a
true.
lighter.
You know what? Save the fluid. I think I'll be able to manage.
Okay.
I'm only under half my hit points, so I can take maybe a hit.
Anyway, you go to open that, I suppose.
That would be correct.
You're gonna give me a hand, Jimmy.
Of course, I blindly support you.
You can roll with a bonus die if the two of you are working together.
Okay. So this is just strength?
Just a strength, unless you feel there's a particular skill.
Oh.
Roll with a bonus die. Use your bonus.
80.
Would you like
Oh,
to
then I can take the hit to luck. Yes.
Okay, you spent the luck. It's interesting. As the two of you are working this with the shovel, the boards go from firm and stiff, and once they go, it's almost like cracking an egg in that the inside of them appears completely rotten as they just clear and open, clear an entire section of it in one go. And from them spills what could mathematically be called a horde of rats. They start running. Do you try in any way to impede their progress?
I'm swatting at him with the shovel.
I imagine you just, panicking, running around. They clear out of that immediate area and skitter around to other areas of the house. But the two of you there do see what appears to be a kind of, not quite like a hatch door with a big 3Y with an eye in the middle symbol.
Well,
That was weird.
Yeah.
Are you going to inspect the door? You would have to crawl. You would have to kneel down and check it out.
Hey, Ray, would you do me a favor? My gun and hand me that lighter.
Of course.
Sean's gonna
trade
crawl
off.
down in there.
For a second, I thought you were gonna ask her to go down there.
No.
With my
Avery, with your broken
yeah.
arm. Can
Let
you
me
army
just
crawl?
crawl with my broken arm, yeah.
Jimmy might, but Sean won't.
I see nothing wrong with you. You're a spitting image of health. Now get down there.
Whippersnappers always looking to shirk work.
As
And
you
see what I mean by the younger generation doesn't want to do any work anymore. Back in my day,
Thrown out a window.
as you are
excuses.
as you are debating the points of youth, Sean kneels down and begins to reach for the handle on the door. And that is when a larger hand comes forward, breaks through, and slices at you.
Ah,
It's a big wolf.
You can choose to fight back or dodge.
I don't have my gun.
You can't fight back with a gun here.
So
It
it
would
would
be with
either be
brawl.
brawl or dodge, right?
Yep.
I'm going to go with dodge. Because it's slightly higher. Oh,
All right.
I think I have enough luck points to burn.
Yeah.
I think I do. So that's
Hero
what.
point 2.
You
I
want?
do
So
have-
sorry. Your dodge is a 35,
Yeah.
and you have rolled a 79.
And
I
That's a
want
lot
you to
of luck.
know, on average, you gain maybe a d6 of luck.
Oh, okay. So it's not like I can just burn.
Yeah, you regain luck like you would level up a skill. You don't jump back to your total.
Oh. Yeah. If it's cool with everybody else, I'll use the hero point then.
Let's do it.
Cool with me.
All right. Come on. Don't suck. Or suck worse. It's up to you. I'm not your boss. God damn it. I'm gonna. Can I still push it?
Not in combat,
Not in combat.
which you are in now, as you will get a solid rake across the face. Oh, I have
My
this
money
already.
maker.
I already have this keyed in here. That is going to be 5 damage to you,
Good lord.
as you get sliced as the door is pushed open, and you are thrown back. I believe the two of you were there. You can position yourselves how you like, but you will all see what appears to be a wooden-looking, yet somehow wizened figure, the skin pulled tighter than tightness. Like I mentioned wooden, it's as if each strand and strain of skin is forced upon them. Their mouth is completely pulled to its breaking point with skin, and its eyes are both open with no pupil. Around its neck is a locket that hangs on a chain, and its eyes flash as you stare upon Walter Corbett.
That looks normal.
My gun,
Yeah,
Avery.
no,
Give me my gun.
No, it
You
doesn't.
aged well.
Walter Corbett is 6 feet tall. Pretty big fella. I'll move you all back a little bit. But I need you all to make sanity checks, as this is effectively his movements coming out are less of a human, the natural sanguinous, and more of a puppet being pulled on strings, a marionette, as it
That's exactly what Sean
pulls
thinks
itself around and then all with one great motion just twists towards you all. I need to get out of this jacket so I can articulate better.
it is.
I'm loving these checks.
How are we doing, folks?
The
I
only
see
one that
some
failed.
failures. Oh boy. Oh no. All right. So anyone who passed, you'll lose 1 sanity. Avery, you will be taking 5. Which
God.
means I need you to make me a roll. It should be on your sheet if you go next to your on sanities. I need you to click temporary insanity check for me.
Oh, she's got my gun.
Oh, never mind. Make me make me an intelligence check. I wasn't sure if the sheet would do it. Actually, this is really good. No, don't put your hands in your head. You wanted to fail this. You wanted to fail this. Avery,
This is one of the rare times being
your mind
hurt.
starts to comprehend, and it's just kind of like, wow, that guy doesn't look very nice. As you fail, as your mind does not recognize this as a walking corpse, and instead, something's wrong with that man.
He looks sick. We should probably get both of us to a hospital.
How's
Right?
Sean doing?
Looks
You're
very
thinking about Sean and
dehydrated.
Jimmy both bleeding.
Anyway, I need dexterity scores from everybody to determine how we're moving in combat.
My score or a roll?
Score.
My score is 70.
Oh,
Oh, well, I rolled, so
Well, don't roll.
I'm great.
my score is 60.
50.
I got a hard success on initiative.
Neat. You are actually slower than a corpse. No, that's not true.
I'm
So,
aware.
oh, thank goodness.
I'm
so
69. I'm not moving fast.
It is going to be Sean first, then Avery, then Jezebel, then Jimmy, and then Corbett. So, Sean, you're up first. You don't have a gun. You just got slashed across the face. How are you doing on health?
Not the greatest. I'm down to 7.
What was your what's your damage you could be done in one hit before it's bad? You have 7. Okay, you're good.
Yeah, 7. Yeah, out of 14.
I'll do better next time.
I don't like that at all. I think my
Yeah,
first
no,
move
they
is
should
going to
fuck
be
you
to
up.
get my gun back from Avery.
You had a big gun, right? She like a two-hander.
It's not huge.
But a
lever
two-hander.
action- Yeah, you need 2 hands. It's a lever action 30-30, so
She hands it over
really long.
so fast. It's not even funny. She was just standing there like immobile, basically, just like, what do I? She hands it back like the second you're back.
And so he'll take his gun back and then kind of like push her behind him. Does that leave me enough time to shoot, or would that be my whole move?
If you get your gun and quickly turn around and fire, yeah, you could take a shot.
Why do my dice hate me?
Fires off and seems to not connect like you would.
I rack it. Back up, girl.
That is going to be Avery's turn. Funnily enough.
Well, she is a little unprepared because she was, she'll like, I don't know the best way to hold a purse when you have like a sling on one arm, but she's gonna try to rifle through her purse with her spare arm and get her tiny little gun that she can actually shoot with only one hand.
Yep, you got your Derringer out.
Okay. And I can shoot it this round too. I don't need to just
Absolutely.
look forward and
Grabbing and firing.
All right. I mean, sometimes searching the bag and not having it equipped is, I don't know, depends on the DM. Okay. I don't do anything helpful.
Nope, it fires off, and you'll need to quickly begin to reload that, as it's a one-shotter.
Of course. Right, yeah.
Jezebel, it's your move.
It's okay. Would I be able to drop the bin lid and take a shot?
Absolutely.
Okay. Can I also say something?
Speaking and crying is a free action.
I would say, Avery, do you think you might want to see his book? Okay.
Ooh, hard success. Jeez. Okay.
I practice a lot.
She does make you feel like you're the center of attention.
Focus.
Okay, you quickly plink him for a shot, and it's less like, he reacts, but like, you just watch as a bit of him is, just gone.
Just a hole. Just like a bullet hole missing.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Jimmy.
I'd like to shoot it, please.
Please do.
Okay. Doo-doo-doo. Rifle, firearm. Okay. That is a 40.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Hard
If it's a hard success, it's a hit. So roll damage.
Okay. So that's 1d8 plus
Plus a d4 plus 2.
no, plus d6 plus 3.
Oh, there you go.
Plus 3. So that's
16 damage.
16 damage, yes.
Damn. All right, a loud shot that fires through here, and you watch as an even larger hole just strikes through the side of this figure, clearing out what should have been most of its centralized organs.
You said I could fire multiple times?
If you were to do so, it would have been at a penalty, and we would have had to say that beforehand.
Okay, I didn't know that. My bad.
No. So it's all kinds of fine. Hey, Jimmy, as you take that shot, the creature, Corbett, is going to look at you, and it's going to match eyes, and you're going to feel this sounds less come out and more fill from its open teeth. And I need you to make a pow check.
A what?
Power.
Power. Okay. Beats it.
Yeah.
I got more power than you. You fucking ass. I got a gun.
We got the exact same amount.
Only problem. His success is of a higher quality.
Listen.
That's where the regular versus hard comes in, huh?
Yep.
Absolutely. Now, you are going to be effectively. You're going to watch as the world around you seems to. You're going to be considered dazed for 4 rounds. As the entire world just like you can't quite keep track of what's real and what's not. And we'll get to that on your turn as you all watch as this meat puppet fella looked at your friend, and now your friend's acting real weird. But it's the top of the order again. So hey, Sean, do a thing.
Snap out of it, Jimmy.
I've lost a lot of blood. Also, the world seems a little weird.
All right, that's a hit. Roll damage.
Just combat.
Okay, we'll just use the damage for that.
Yeah.
So it's going to be another 8. You take another shot and watch as it basically like clears through its neck and the back of its spine. As again, it should stop movement. Instead, its head just kind of turns towards you. Avery.
She realizes she needs to reload her gun and realizes that's going to be really hard to do, so she tosses it back in her bag, kind of frustrated. And then, do I know Latin well enough to be able to speak it?
What's your score?
30.
You can probably have a slow conversation and, read things.
Okay. In like slow Latin, I speak out loud. Do you seek the Book of Ivory or Liber Bonus?
You get no response. Just
if I'm holding it up as like I'm saying that.
Nope.
Don't think he's much of a reader.
I don't know if he can even read. Oh wait, shit! I'm dazzled.
You have no idea what to say. But you're holding out the book, and its eyes sweep to it. But if you want to do anything else in your turn, it doesn't seem to be immediately making any reaction.
when all the bullets have been going through it, did it look like it was like really weak flesh holding it together, basically?
Oh, it looks super old.
Um,
Older than
okay.
Jimmy.
Jeez. Oh man. I want to have a moment where I get very unclassy and I use the book and I swing it at the guy while saying Chautauqua, because just any word that he might recognize, I don't know, but also just
All right, make me a
try to-
roll check.
oh no.
That's outside of Buffalo.
I don't think I have any problem.
Because he'll fight back.
Of course he will. Why wouldn't he? And I went into close combat with him, so that's smart of me. All right.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah.
So you're going to, sorry, professional note for the audience. How are you looking health-wise?
I have 4 health.
Is that a question
You
for
got a
all of
hero
us?
point? You got,
or-
no, well, you got a hero point you want to
Okay.
use?
Yeah, we do. I cashed one in.
No. Do you want to use a hero point? If not, you will swing the book and just kind of like hit against him without enough force, and it'll come back. And as he's like bringing this weird arm back around, you're able to jump back in time before it can connect.
Okay. That's if I use the hero point, or that's
No,
you're
that's
saying I can
that
do
just
that?
happens. Jezebel.
Okay. What is the difference between power and strength?
Well, power is not like power, it's power. It's magic power.
Okay.
Strength is strength.
Yeah. Okay, well, I guess I'll try to swing at it with the shovel. I'll hand the light to whoever's closest to me.
Oh, I think everyone's hands are quite occupied.
Ah, dang. Okay, well, I can't do the shovel then. And I think I'm the only one with light right now. I may as well just take another shot, I suppose. But I will say we need to get the locket. Oh. Oops, I did twice, sorry.
You're all good. The
Failed.
shot will not connect as you like. It will again spraying these backboards as more wooden shards splinter around. Jimmy. Jimmy.
Hi, friend. I did not check the reload properties of this gun.
Kill them. You hear command in your head, and you must follow. What is the reload property of your gun? Because I believe
I'm checking that now.
I believe you have 6 shots. You have a 6-shot cartridge.
1d6.
I was hoping
How
it was
does
like
it
a muzzle
say?
loader.
Bullets and gun 1. No, I don't. I only have 1 in the
Bullets and gun, the mag. Oh boy, really?
1. Yep. 45 Martini Henry rifle. 80 yards, 1/3 uses per round. Bullets and gun 1.
Sounds cool. Reload.
Okay, I reload.
Good idea, Jimmy. Could you use your help here?
Do I have to?
It is Corbett's
it?
turn. Yeah,
Okay,
that's
cool.
all. Well,
Thank God. Reloading's a full action. You guys get one more round. And then that combat score goes really high up.
Then Corbett is going to try and bat aside. Is he? Yeah, he is. He is going to try to bat aside Avery. So Avery, make me a dodge, or if you like to fight back.
I will try to dodge.
Okay, roll me a dodge.
Mm-hmm.
That's a failure. So you are, unless you want to, you can't spend luck in combat. So you are going to get basically, like, it's going to bring its hands around and claw at you again. You take 3 damage. I rolled, actually, I am not like pulling punches here. I rolled a 2 and a 1. So yeah.
1 hit point left.
Though I will say you have been moved across the room into
Okay.
some junk. Which brings us to Sean. You have a big guy in your face.
I am going to reach over, grab the lighter from Jezebel, and try to light this dusty motherfucker on fire.
Okay. Make me a brawl check.
I'm super great at these. Oof, good lord. And you can't push it in combat, right?
Nope. And as you do, you kind of swing the flame up towards him, and he's just going to claw. That's going to be for 4 damage.
Oof.
How you looking?
Don't think I'm long for this world. I got 3 left.
All right, you're going to be knocked aside as well. Avery.
I would like to reload my gun and if I can kind of like pull myself to a place where I have a little bit of cover.
You can get yourself amongst some trash, sure.
Oh, she's gonna hate that. But yeah, she'll take a look at this undead guy and then take a look at the trash and be like, yeah, okay. Kind of pull herself there and try to like awkwardly like use her hand in the splint to like hold the gun while she's like doing stuff with her dominant hand and just trying to put an extra bullet in there.
Okay. Brings us to Jezebel. How you doing?
Oh, not so great. Where is the lighter?
It got knocked away with Sean.
Okay.
In the 20s, it'd be a Zippo, so it'd still be lit.
Yeah. I'm wondering, is it?
Oh yeah, probably.
Okay.
Sean's got it though, unless Sean wanted to
Yeah.
just dropped it.
Can I pick up what he was putting down and grab my hip flask and douse this guy, or just try to like holy water bless him with alcohol and then run back?
Sounds like a throw or a brawl.
Okay. Throw. Where's that? Okay, and I'm sorry, where's brawl?
Combat. If you go to combat.
Okay, I don't see it there, so I'll
Right,
just
you're
go
under
with
fighting,
throw.
which is right under.
Bottom left, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, all I see there is
Bottom
revolver.
left. So no, bottom left fighting.
Fighting.
Skills.
Oh, sorry. Ah, okay, never mind. There we are. Oh, same thing either way. Okay, yep, didn't work so right.
You try and splash some water at him, but to no avail.
It's alcohol.
Oh, alcohol. Sorry.
Didn't land on his feet. Is it a puddle at least?
Yeah, there's some sprinkled alcohol about the room. Hey, Jimmy.
Do you have any particular one? They all kind of annoy me equally.
You get the impulse to shoot Jezebel.
Oh no.
Well, I did this against my own will. Don't worry. It was everything personal.
No, you didn't. You never liked me.
We had the least amount of dialogue together. Of course I'm going to shoot you first.
Chance to dodge that, huh?
No. Now you roll good.
So, if you're not familiar, an extreme success means you apply maximum damage and then roll. So,
Point blank with that blunderbuss.
That's 17 points of damage before roll.
Jezebel, you are trying to fling water, and then you hear everyone else in the room hears a, and we'll just say Jezebel is gonna have to really think about this. Because you have a great future as a Hessian horseman. Just straight up, as the Jezebel's body collapses to the floor.
If I could offer you any sort of peace or understanding of this moment, just know how eternally grateful I am that it wasn't me that died first.
You are not well welcome for that.
For the
If it
record,
makes you-
it wasn't my fault. So I got a plausible deniability.
If it makes
I
you
don't
feel
know
any
behind me
better,
with a shotgun.
if it makes you feel any better, the next person to get attacked is going to be Jimmy.
True.
As
All right.
Corbett
Put it
takes
in.
its claws and less so scratches or attempts to reach out, and just kind of is going to straight up plunge for 6 damage.
Fuck.
How are you doing?
And now I'm dead. That was a major wound, and then on top of that, I only had 6 hit points left.
Well, I think in this moment you'd just be
I'm at
heavily
0.
bleeding out, but
Yeah.
yeah. So, it's then going to just turn to the both of you, and it is Sean's turn again.
So
It doesn't look super great, to be fair, but
did any of the alcohol soak into this thing?
on the ground and about it, sure.
I will toss the lighter into the pool of alcohol at its feet.
Make me a throw.
All right.
I feel like we've established y'all aren't the best at throwing things.
Yeah. Right.
Combat. Can't spend luck.
Shit. Do we
So
do we still have the other hero point? Or did we use it?
I believe you got a fresh one from Graphical Ronin.
Yeah. I will use it. Come on.
Give me a 1.
Oh, Jesus. Nope.
You throw the lighter, and I will give you a shot, since throwing the lighter is basically, just chucking it in this case is not going to do any effect.
All right, so with my gun.
Hmm?
Don't suck. I suck.
And as it goes, you fire off another quick shot, and again, just seems to skip. And for some reason, hit the lighter again. Like, God, you're not having much luck with it. As
yeah, Sean is rattled. He's not gonna lie. He is gonna yell, "Avery, get the hell out of here!"
I don't think she can do that. She only has 1 hit point if she even gets attention drawn to her trying to run.
We'll say that's your lighter. Okay, speaking of Avery, what are you gonna do?
She's gonna, give that, desperate eye look to Sean, just being like he's telling her to run, and she's like... And she's gonna try to shoot the, I think she's gonna try to shoot at the guy, not at the ground at his feet, because...
Smart.
Yeah. Oh my god. I just dive into the trash to hide in the trash after I shoot, and it can very clearly tell where I am.
Well, Corbett is going to try and attack you, Jimmy. Want to fight back or?
Yeah, I'll fight back.
Okay, make me a
Wait.
brawl check.
It's not
Wait,
good.
Jimmy?
Not Jimmy, sorry, Sean.
I'm
You're
like, I'm a
Jimmy.
little dead, asshole.
Next, Jimmy.
Someone must inherit the Jimmy name.
Well, the good news is you both fail. So, you managed
So
to
it's like
roll
a
behind.
slap
Yeah,
fight.
you grab the top of the top of the trash bin and just kind of use it to roll away a little bit as you try to strike back. But yeah, that's not gonna hit. So it's back to you, Sean. Want to try shooting him again?
I'll try shooting him again. It's gotta be my best bet. I cannot roll for herds tonight. Yeah, fires wild. Sean's not been this rattled since his first time going over the top of the trenches back in Europe.
Avery, you have your own little plinky pistol, but you do also see a gun at where Jezebel was.
Parts of her still are.
Oof,
Yeah.
too soon,
Wow.
too soon.
There's a little bit of Jezebel on all of us.
A little bit of Jezebel on your
Love.
side. A little bit of Jezebel's all you need.
Avery, what's the move? There's no
Executive
opportunity
action.
attacks here, so
So remind me again, I saw Jezebel obviously shooting it. Was it a one-handed one or was it two-handed?
yeah, it's a pistol.
One-handed. She is gonna make a break for it. Go for the gun. Hope that it's loaded, but be yelling at Sean to start that we need to get out of here. That she's not clearly not going to leave without him. But she's hoping to basically just see if she can get a shot in really fast and then book it.
Take the shot.
Okay.
Oh man.
This isn't working today. We all gonna die.
I should have put 100 points into throw lighter. I should have.
Hey, if it helps,
I don't
I
even
throw
think
fuck
I-
gun into shotgun, and
even
that
think I
worked out
realized-
great.
Avery, you want to dodge or fight back? Corbett's gonna swipe at you.
I will fight back.
No, are you Avery?
Or sorry.
Names
Wow.
are hard, okay?
Well,
I appreciate you trying to block though.
there used to be a player for my hockey team named Sean Avery, which is where I'm getting confused. I think.
Well, the good news is you both failed. So
Okay.
you're able to step back just enough that his swing goes wild.
Okay. And
Uh,
again, she made it very clear to Sean to start running.
Sean, it's your
Please.
turn. Shoot it, Sean. I'm sure you can be the hero. Isn't that what you wanted? Isn't that why you went to war?
Oh, how dare you!
He
Yeah,
must
he's
be
gonna
weak
he's
by
gonna
now.
shoot at it. Avery, get the hell out of here! Don't. Oh my god!
I want you to know that Sean is not bad with a rifle. Sean has 50 in riflery.
I'm rolling like garbage.
I don't know if we need some villain points. I think we really need some hero points, chat. Just as many as you got. No, you tell you what. I'll be super nice since y'all having a rough night. And I'd love for Sean to get one hit. I'll put in a hero point.
Shoot again. Come on.
Just roll a bone.
Oh my lord, that is the failure point of my gun too.
Oh,
Well, see, the
God.
problem is you're not rolling a 99, so make sure you're hitting the bonus penalty and not rolling again. So on the 90,
okay.
on the 77, roll bonus/penalty.
Alright.
You
Gotcha.
replace that 10, so you take that 77 and you replace the 10 slot with a 2,
Oh,
which becomes,
the 27. That's a hit.
which is, so why don't you roll me some damage? Because you got it, so hit someone with a rifle.
Which is 2d6.
Oh, that's a huge raid.
Ooh.
8.
Hi there. 8. You lock in a final shot as this thing shouting for Avery to get out of here, as Corbett in its puppet with his puppet like movements is just trying to swipe at Avery, and now as he hears the click, turns back to you. Fire. And I don't want to make you feel bad for those who died, but you were actually like this close to not dying because his health was pretty low. You clear through this right between the eyes as it turns its head to you, and you watch as that light in its eyes sputters and seems to fade, and the entire thing drops, less like a form dropping and more like a puppet with its strings cut, clatters to the floor under its own weight, and slowly begins to turn to dust like crumbling paper. And you are left in a room, what appears to be someone with a pile of dust with an amulet on the ground. A pile of dust is mixing with the blood of 2 of your fellow investigators' bodies.
Sean is gonna grab that amulet in one hand. He's gonna grab Avery's good hand in the other and get the hell out of here. Up the stairs.
Yes, please.
And he's really gonna rethink his life choices.
As you leave 20 Sheaf Street, do you report back to your superior, your handler, I suppose, Mr. Knott?
How deep are you into the mob, Avery?
Emily. Probably a lot. But
Yeah.
I don't do we even share with him what we just saw? Do you know him? Do you know if he's legit? And she's kind of like doing that like stammering shock kind of thing. Like, is he trustworthy? Like, is yeah, just
I'm gonna say, look, I owe the mob some money because I had to drop one of their shipments. I'm into them for a lot. But I've never seen that fella we saw at the speakeasy before, and I'm willing to take my chances disappearing into the woods of Maine. You're welcome to come with me if you like.
she has a moment where she sits there and she thinks about it, and I might need to come back eventually. But a vacation sounds nice. For now, yeah. Also, did we have a chance to like bring the bodies of our compatriots out, or
Did you want
I mean,
to?
I
It's
don't
already
know.
a little bit odd.
You want to drag 2 bodies out of the street of Boston?
I wouldn't be able to because I only have
Yeah.
one arm.
What
but,
game
like,
do you think you're playing?
I feel like the mob already has the apparatus in place to deal with bodies.
I mean, they couldn't clean up a few squatters, so
Yeah, right.
how much faith do we have in them?
I feel like that squatter took care of quite a few of their hitters.
Well, you never, so from the sound of it, it was more they were getting scared off by things that should have scared you well off, but you pushed on and you
Like getting
discovered.
tossed out of a window.
Defenestrated, yes.
Mm.
Handy word. Everyone should know it. Anyway, as the
What's
2 of
scary?
you leave town, 20 Sheaf Street continues on, and well, As to its eventual fate, that's not for our investigators to know. Perhaps they might read about it in the paper. Probably not. But that is all the time we have for this session. So, I'd like to thank you all once more for joining us on this adventure. Can we say adventure? Our initial foray into Caravan of Cthulhu. I, of course, have been TurkAccented on the places that you dare not look the most. And I had the distinct honor and pleasure of being your monster angler keeper and very spooker today. But before I get tuned to myself, as I'd love to do, I have so many secrets and dark things to whisper in your ear. But I'll save your minds and instead offer the number to my fellow storytellers here, who succeeded or perished in very interesting ways that are unique to them and should not be discounted. So, why don't we do it the same order you introduce yourselves? Why don't you tell us who you are, who you're playing tonight, what their ultimate fate was, and where these fine people can find more of the products you put out onto the internet, whether they be streams or other things. So, James, kick us off.
Hi, I'm James Beck. I played Jimmy Slipknot, killer of PCs, slayer of being stupid, and yeah, I died due to a few claws entering my chestal cavity. Very, very painful. Do not recommend. However, probably worth it in the long run somehow. Let's see. I am currently gonna be running some Pathfinder one-shots next month. For those who don't know, or wasn't here for most of the stream, I really like Pathfinder. It's my favorite game. I write for it. I've written for many times. And so I'll be back GMing 2 games. One of them on the 9th, and then one of them on the 13th is a mystery game that is going to be showing off a project Lost Caravan and my company, Eldritch Osiris Games, has been working on together. So yeah, you should check it out. I'll be around somehow. You'll never get rid of me. Also, if you can contribute to the fund, James gets to run their choice of their game. We're currently at 8,500 sprites, and the more we get, the more power I grow and manifest. And, you know,
if we learned anything, it's all about manifesting, folks.
Exactly. That's it from me. Thank you, Turk, for running this. It was really fun.
As long as you had fun, I will note that Jimmy Slipknot did most of the damage to Corbett.
I chose a really strong gun for a reason.
Money and guns will get you through most problems. Unfortunately, when your mind is weak, your friends look like juicier targets. Almost nasty. Anyway, Jason, continue this. Hoorah.
I am Jason. On Twitter, you can find me at JJSYNN or most other places as Graphical Ronin. I am an illustrator and a graphic designer. Tonight, I played Sean Harrington, a bootlegger, booze smuggler, who did not die in the house. And I would like to think he disappeared into the woods of Maine to dig into these mysteries a little bit deeper with the amulet and his newfound friend, the Latin specialist, Avery. And maybe from time to time, some graffiti will pop up on a bridge in New England that says, Jimmy lives. And Jezebel.
No, you have to pick off Jezebel off the shoulder first. And then
the group's just like, nah, Jezebel's gone, but Jimmy's a wild card.
Jezebel's hard to successfully tag a bridge with. It's just too many letters.
Anywhere else we could see some of your work, Jason, or?
Yeah, I post work on Twitter. I'll be streaming tomorrow night on Weave the Tale, playing Vampire the Masquerade. I'm playing a Ravnos vampire named Jair Kynes, who is a fixer with a bit of a Russian accent. At least I say it's Russian. A Russian would probably be offended by it. Friday, I will be playing on at Ruinous Pass D&D, playing a long-running 5e campaign. It's getting near the end game, where I play a human fighter, a vanilla fighter named Van Isla, who just likes to hit things really hard. That's it.
All right. If we could, Link, continue this fun little pattern we have here of patter.
Hello, I'm Ling. I play Jezebel, an apparently very juicy target with a very bad headache. I'm at need more underscore dice on Twitter. I'm a dice maker, needmoredice.com. And you'll see me occasionally on charity streams. I'm on that D'Angelo's channel for Phoenix by Night about every other Saturday or so. And hopefully you'll see me back here soon.
Great job. So happy to have you. I guess last in the order, yeah, I really hyped them up last time, but now the other survivor that you all know and care for, it is Lonnie, or Looney Shaz.
Hello, everyone. I'm Lonnie or Looney Shaz. I was playing Avery tonight, and Avery definitely does have the Book of Ivory still like tucked into her sling, just any way that is convenient to carry at this point, because she's like juggling everything. But if you would like to see more things that I'm in, for the rest of April, I think the last thing that I'm in is on Friday. I am in, I believe, our last episode of After These Messages, which is going to be very interesting. Whenever I explain it, it's basically New Girl meets Greek goddess, where I am Jess, and my ex is Zeus, and I'm very heartbroken about that. It's a very rough time. But it's a really cool sitcom style game that was made by DM Bobby, who's the one who's running the game, so it's very cool to check out a game that they made being run by them. And then in May, there's a bunch of cool things coming up. I'm going to be in a Cyberpunk Red one-shot over on High Shelf Collective. I will be running Wander Home. So if you hadn't had a chance yet to sign up for our games for next month, I believe it's still open until it might have just closed. I have to remember if it's today or tomorrow. So
I hope it's Thursday, because I
Tomorrow.
still have to look into it.
tomorrow. Okay, cool. Make sure you apply. But yeah, so as of right now, there's still some stuff up in the air for May, because, you know, once we get all the cast listing for all that sort of stuff, but this was a lot of fun, and I'm going to pass it up to, I guess I'll give him a little bit of an introduction, our amazing keeper, who, you know, was
Is a
still
dick.
very, I mean, he you know, gave us one hero point
Yeah.
to see if maybe he could give us some justice to not have all of us die. So the incredibly talented many voiced DM Turk.
TurkAccented to you. How dare you? No, but thank you all so much. I, of course, have and will continue to be TurkAccented, as I said. If you want to see me and more of my face, seek psychiatric help. But if you want to indulge that, you can, of course, find me tomorrow over on Neon Lights Roleplay, where I will be in a death in space game called Last Transmission. That's really fun. Very Dead Space themed. It's been a real scary thing. We have, I think we're calling them carcinomorphs. Crab people. It's terrifying. Beyond that, next Monday, May 1st, I will be in and running Oathsworn, which is a epic Greek mythology meets epic level heroic fantasy fusion that is near and dear to my heart, as it's been like kind of my first ever game that I ever streamed. So I streamed as a DM as a full campaign, and it's cool. Not bragging, but it's really freaking cool. Lots of stuff in May, including more Nova, and also the Caravan of Cthulhu will continue, whether you want it to or not. The faces you see here on your screen may be the same, they may shift, but know in your heart that they are all just as fragile and just as breakable. But the train and caravan move onward. Anyway, thank you all so much for hanging out with us. It was an absolute joy to keep for all these people using your screen. Go and support them. Thank you to chat. Thank you for the raiders. A bunch of awesome raids came in. I wish you could see more of it, but the VOD will be up and eventually up on YouTube. And there's another episode, so keep on the lookout as slots become open. So thank you all once again. Remember that it's only through teamwork and cooperation that these horrors can be defeated. So go out and be the best person you can be, or else. I'm watching. Then with that, once more, thank you all so much. We'll be rating Ink and Liar, and see y'all next time.
Let's give it up for Turk.